Giving all honor and praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahweh Shah. Shalom Israel. We on this Sabbath class, bring you this Sabbath class. We're gonna be, the name of this class is gonna be We Are Known to Be Different. We are known to be different. In the history of time, we always been different than everybody that was on the planet. Everybody looked at us different. They treated us different. A lot of times they knew who we were and how we were. And we're gonna go through some of these scriptures, how we was different through all the captivities and how we different at this stage now. So with that being said, we're gonna start the class off with Exodus chapter 19 and verse 3. Test that again.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.
All right. Just check that whistle. That's why I needed to stay right there. Yeah. Yeah, Exodus chapter 19, verse 3.
The book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 3. And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptian, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Now, therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure.
A peculiar treasure unto him. That's the thing about us, man. We are peculiar people. We are a peculiar treasure. Man, just looking at us at all times, we do some peculiar things. We just a different people. We not like everybody else. So a lot of times, if we just stop trying to be like everybody else, will put us in the place where we're supposed to be. Go ahead.
Then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people.
A what?
Above all people.
Above all people. Now this ain't the first. This the first time, and this ain't gonna be the last time that he tells us this. So we got to get a mindset, not walking out with pride. But the only way we're above all people because our God is the only true living God. But see, sometimes we'll take that and when we'll look at it and not be humble, yeah, I'm better than. Nah, we good. We only good as we are to our God. Because if we not good to our God won't defend us and he won't back us and we look like what we look now.
Right.
There you go. Read.
Above all people, for all the earth is mine.
Go ahead.
Verse 6, and you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests.
The Most High granted us priesthood to hold his office. He didn't do this for nobody. This is the God of everything. Said, hey, I'm going to hold y'all. I'm going to give y'all my offices in my kingdom. Go ahead.
And you shall be unto me in the kingdom of priests and a holy nation.
Hey, what?
And a holy nation.
A holy nation, a separate nation, set apart nation. Go ahead.
These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
These are the words which he shall speak unto the children of Israel. Let's go to now. The most famous one we always use, Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Because we're going to get clarity and we're going to beat this in your head before you even know. And that's why I say a lot of times, take these things home and show them to people that not in the truth. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Yep. And if God don't change, that means this don't change. But see, Christianity try to make you think that all of a sudden God changed. And these people are not special anymore. Because They rejected it. He came to his own and they rejected him. The priest did reject it. But the one that was on the bottom, the one that was hurting, going through the pain, the Israelite, they didn't reject him at all. They was waiting on that day. And besides, the priest had to reject him. It wouldn't have never passed prophecy if he didn't reject him. Let's go to 1 Peter. Let's get some of the New Testament too. Because a lot of times we think, oh, that's the Old Testament he was talking about. Let's go to 1 Peter, and we know 2 and 9.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation.
We are what?
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood.
A royal priesthood. Same thing he was telling us over in the Old Testament. He said it in the New Testament too. And this is the Rock who's saying it. And I ain't talking about the Rock on TV. This is where he said, I'm gonna build my. This is where I'm gonna build my rock. And he's telling me. So go ahead.
A royal priesthood, unholy nation.
A what?
Unholy nation. A peculiar treasure people.
That's same thing. Somebody look that word up. Use that right quick. I want to look this other thing up. I want to get this. Look that word up and read me that definition. Peculiarity. Oh, this is right on.
Read that again.
A peculiar people.
The Lord said we are peculiar people, man. And the Lord is the Maccabees have been looked it up, man. But he said we are peculiar people. Read.
So like that ye should show forth the praise of him.
Because the Lord said, by him calling us peculiar people, he said we should show forth the praise of him, man. Right? So you got to think from the beginning, even when we go to Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26, but we don't go there, the Lord separated us. Right? And that's how the Lord made us is, man. Right?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me that definition.
The definition of peculiar, strange or odd.
See, why do you think people look at us like that? We strange to the world. We odd to the world. All you gotta do is boom, boom, and we getting it. We all over the wall. You use that same beat to these other nations, and boy, you be looking at them like, where's he at? You probably have to call an ambulance, you thinking. 911, he having a seizure. Because nobody can do it like we do. Even when it comes to that old line, look at them, the Northern Kingdom. Who can I do them Cubans in that stuff? Nobody. Who can I do, man, the Mexicans be having them curled up boots, man, and they be out on that floor just getting it. Old men, they swinging out, just in a different way. But boy, you put that same music, let the East Indian go out there. Boy, they look like they are just, man, you might have to put them in one of them, what they call them, little straight jackets. And Lord forbid, if we talk about Esau, we know him, boy. He don't even know what the beat is.
Heavy metal, what they do, they gonna ram their head against the wall or something.
Slamming, just violent. They just violent.
And Captain, y'all already know, man, we used to do security at the East Indian Club. They only move that they got. That's the only move they got, man. The whole crowd, the whole time. It's no dancing. They have a concert for 5 hours.
5.
And when every time the beat drop, That's all the dance they do.
That's it.
I'm tired of this, man.
For real.
And you look strange to the world. You are peculiar people. You look different. That's why you think they look, even the Africans come over here, they know. They know. And they got their move, but they know they moves can't, how they doing that? What is that? We be doing something simple too, steak and leg. And everybody, how you?
They looking at wow.
Exactly. You are a peculiar people. I want you to read that same thing in the ESV. Now I'm gonna let y'all know because a lot of times the Christian apologists, this is the book they use. But when you read this part, they'll read the verse above and they will not read this verse. And this is why. Well, this is a different translation of this same scripture that we just read. Now, this is why they don't never read that. Read it.
The book of First Peter, chapter 2, verse 9 in the ESV. But you are a chosen race.
Hey, what?
But you are a chosen race.
You are a chosen race. They say it ain't no race in the Bible. But when you read that in this Bible, that's actually telling you it means race. Then stop right there because you are a chosen race. Your nationality is your race. Israelite is your race. You are a chosen race. Go ahead.
But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession.
Like for his what?
For his own possession.
See, you different, man. Because God gave you for you my possession. I ain't worried about nobody else. You my possession. A peculiar people. Go ahead.
That you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Into his marvelous light. He called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Nowhere, and this is right here in Peter. We in the New Testament. Nowhere are you gonna go back in where he called anybody else out of darkness. See, in darkness you can do as thou will. In light, you got to do it with what thus say the Most High. You the only one been called to do that. He gave you the officers. He gave you the position to be his representative on this planet.
Let me get a little bit more on that peculiar.
Go ahead.
Another definition of peculiar is strange or odd, unusual. Then you got particular, special, distinctive characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, you see Issachar, man, like we said, we work with them. They dancing for 5 hours straight.
Mm-hmm.
Cerveza, mucho cerveza, mucho tequila, chile vale frute, and they dancing all night.
And they don't do no easy dancing. They do that ring dance. Without the roller skates.
But if you look back at that, who does that? The Indians.
Yeah.
That's an Indian dance. They dance in a circle. Think about when you see the natives dance.
Man, I need to get that video. You know what video I'm talking about? Man, if y'all can look that up for me, please.
Let me see it.
Yeah, check it out. It's a native Indian dance. They had filmed the natives back in the day. See, they try to make y'all think that they just came out with video.
Yeah.
But they had filmed the natives and they was going on a war dance. I don't know if y'all ever seen that video. First of all, the natives look just like you, Benaniyah. But man, when y'all see these Indians getting ready to dance, boy, not that stuff they gonna be showing you on the Long Ranger shows. Man, them some guns getting out there, man. I promise you, man, when you see them ones getting down, they got a groove that, man. Let's see. Hold on.
That's the northern tribe.
They're right. That's the northern tribe. That's how they dance the whole time. Just think about it. If you ever go to a Hispanic club, this is how they dance, just like this. Like, and guess what? What you think the Negroes was doing back in the 70s? Funky chick, the same way. They just change the name, change. Here it come again. Watch this. I think it's the same movie. The little boy, here you go. See, look at the little man in the front.
There you go.
Yeah.
Watch it on Crip Walk. What?
So you're in a circle. See how they dancing in a circle? That's how they do it, man.
They need to show the whole video. I want y'all to see how their feet is up, just barely hitting that ground and floating up like. I said, we put it with a beat, and man, but y'all ain't see the little boy started that. Little youngster came straight out, man. What's up, man?
Like, yeah.
So, that's all I needed. But I just wanted to show y'all, man, we was a peculiar people. We make style to this world, man. That's correct. Nothing in this world, man, can you imagine if we wasn't around? That's all it would be, violence. We the only one that bring that little light that comes in every now and then. That's what we just, man, I don't feel like fighting, let's dance. But that's who we are, man. We always, the Most High made us different than everybody. And can't nobody comprehend how and what we do, because we are like a natural anything that the Most High made. We are that natural seed of the Most High.
Go to jump up to verse 1 in 1 Peter, chapter 1, verse 1. Read that right quick, guys.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 1, verse 1.
Because we always want to get the context, like we always say, the audience who Paul is writing to. Read that out.
1 Peter, chapter 1, verse 1. Peter, an apostle of Mashiach Yahweh, to the strangers.
To the what?
To the strangers.
This is where a Christian want to try to catch you up. But keep reading.
Scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia,
Read on.
Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia.
These are places in Asia Minor, going into modern day Turkey today. Read on.
Verse 2. Elect.
Read that again.
Elect.
Read it one more time.
Elect.
He's specifying who these strangers are. Elect. Who is the elect according to the Bible, brothers? Israel. Isaiah 45:4. Read on up.
Elect according to the foreknowledge of God.
And it's stressing even more. Elect according to the foreknowledge. Read on up.
Of God the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit, unto obedience.
Unto what?
Unto obedience.
So you can pull precepts on elect, foreknowledge, sanctification, strangers. You can pull many precepts. Like how we teach, brothers, you want to make sure that you pull the what? The main points, the context clues out of the scripture. Read on out.
Through sanctification of the Spirit unto obedience, and sprinkling of the blood of Mashiach Yahweh, grace unto you, and peace be multiplied.
It says, grace unto you, and peace be multiplied. To the strangers, to the elect, that had the foreknowledge that was sanctified by the blood of Christ. Go ahead, Doc.
And that's one thing in my book, it tells me that strangers is the exiles of the dispersion. So it's letting me know that stranger right here, and that's funny because they have these same Bibles that say the same thing.
Because they can't get scattered. What stranger is scattered?
And he's telling you, it tells you right in here of the dispersion. And it's letting them know, like I said, and what's bad, I'm sure the commentary on this was written by some Christianity guy.
Edomite, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But they know, they be trying to pretend like they don't know. Even when you read it to them straight in their face, they pretend like they didn't hear. I notice what they do a lot of times. When you bring out the scripture, you notice they always turn to talk to somebody.
Yeah, they do.
Then we're like, what was that again? Well, God, if you really want to hear, you will hear when they come out. But they'll do it twice, and as soon as you give it to them again, they turn to the other side and talk to the next person. Let's go to Amos 3:2. Amos. And that's how you can recognize sometimes you can just know that they're the devil. They don't want to hear that Bible. And all they want to do is hear themselves talk all sweet with it. But Jesus loves everybody. Amos 3:2. Go ahead.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
He said, you only have I known. So that's why a lot of people don't like y'all. That's why, man, they know you. I know a lot of them high-knowledge Jews know who you are. They make campaigns. They got videos for you. They make their movies to destroy the minds of us. Movies that have our women going against our men going against our women. That's what they doing. Children. I didn't even know they had sex and Donald Duck movies and cartoons to destroy our children. Because they know who you are. They know you're a peculiar people. They know you only one you God's chosen. Go ahead.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
See, that's what a father does. See, when you out there running around with other children, your mom and dad come out there, they ain't worried, they don't want you. You get your butt down. They don't tell all the other kids, the other kids do what you want, but you is about to get your butt whooped. You finna get punished. You know, dang on well, I didn't teach you to do this. But you let them other children talk you into doing something I told you not to do. He said, you only have I known. So you my child, I'm finna whoop your butt. You finna get punished. I don't know what they mom and daddy finna do. Let me get my phone back.
What did he say on Friday? He said, what I told you about coming out and messing with these people. What I told you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What I told you.
They happened.
Mm-hmm.
Told you though.
Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 4. Some of these scriptures I want, when y'all going back and talking to your people, these are some of the scriptures you bring up. And just to let them know that they special and a lot of their friends that they think that they love and all ain't the ones. They not special at all. He said they be like unto spittle. You special and they like. And it's hard sometimes for them to hear it. Sometimes it's hard for you to say to them, but hey, truth got to be told. 4 and verse 5.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
See, one thing we got to understand, our Father taught us things. See, we thought we always was commanded things. No, our Father taught us things with those commandments. Because if we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, think about it. The thing that the law, statutes, and commandments stop, you have a better life, period. The foods you're not supposed to eat. You won't be in the hospital. Go ahead.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye shall do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them.
Keep therefore and do them what?
For this is your wisdom.
This is your wisdom. As dumb as they think we are, as dumb as we have been. You know, a lot of us was skipping class, wasn't doing none of the homework, just barely getting by. But this is your wisdom. I promise, when you learn this Bible, these laws, statutes, commandments, ain't nobody can come against you. The smartest man in the world looks dumb. They come talking about science. Like, what's his name? Rosatop. When he had dealt with that, I don't know if y'all saw the video, the Believers of the Way, Rosatop. He had dealt with the NASA guy, Rosatop. He had a debate with the NASA guy. And when I tell you he ripped the mud hole in that man was confounded. He was like, man, well, I guess, yeah, because the Bible, he proved it with the Bible. Made that man look like, and what is the other one? Michael Brown. Dr. Brown. Dr. Brown, and Alizar. This man is top in his scholarship. And he told doctrine, a doctor. And Alizar, straight from the hood, straight out of gangs, straight out of jail, go in there and rip a mud hole in that man. Because this is wisdom. This is real wisdom. And when you learn that, man, you don't have to worry about what grade they gave you in class. Yes, sir?
No.
Go ahead. Is that all on that one?
No.
Go ahead, finish it up.
Verse 6, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Surely this great nation, this great race of people is a wise. See, but they're not going to give this credit to us if we're not going to go back to God's law. This comes with doing what our God say. What we get now, and how we look at now, comes with us disobeying what God say. So I know I'm getting sick of them talking about me. And what's so bad about it, when I see them talk about us, you can't even say, nah. Because as soon as you say, nah, here Pookie come right down the street and do exactly what they said. So I'm tired of us being at the bottom. It's sickening when I see our people out there, man.
Let me get a precept.
Go ahead, huh?
Let's go to Matthew chapter 22 right quick. Like, you know, the scriptures tell us there's nothing new under the sun, man. All right? Matthew chapter 22, start at verse 34.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 22, verse 34.
Read.
But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence.
So this is going to Christ, man. He already put the Sadducees to silence, man. Because the Sadducees did what? What they believed on. They believed that it wasn't what? It wasn't no resurrection. It wasn't what else? And it wasn't no angel. But y'all looking lost. Let's go. I'm gonna get another precept.
Yeah, I know you gotta go ahead and say
Let's
that.
get Acts chapter 23, man.
Yeah, you gotta sue them, man.
They looking lost, man. Go to Acts chapter 23 and verse 8.
The book of Acts, chapter 23, verse 8.
This is Paul giving us the understanding what's between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, right? Read it.
The book of Acts, chapter 23, verse 8. For the Sadducees say that there is no resurrection.
The Sadducees said there is no resurrection. This is what Christ was talking. This is the thing. Christ was confounding them, man. Right? Think about the people in the Sadducee spirit now, man. Guess what, man? We love our brother, but our brother up there in the Sadducee spirit, man. Right? But read.
Neither angel nor spirit.
They said that the Sadducees said that there's no resurrection, there's no angels, and there's no spirit. Right? Read.
But the Pharisees confess both.
But the Pharisees confess both. Y'all see that? That was a difference between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, man, right? Let's go back.
Good job, Ian.
Matthew chapter 22. I wasn't going to pull it, but I see brothers and sisters, they had their mouth open like, right? Matthew chapter 22, starting verse 34.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 22, verse 34 from the top.
Right, read it.
But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence,
Right, read it.
they were gathered together.
So now the Pharisees gathered together against Christ. Think about what we doing in every class we have, every time we go out on the street and teach. Guess what? When we put these historians to silence, guess what they gonna do? They go gather together. Now let's find another strategy on how to beat them, right? Read it.
Verse 35. Then one of them, which was a lawyer.
Which was a what?
Which was a lawyer.
Now, one of the Pharisees was a lawyer. A lawyer is a what? Is a person that's supposed to be pristine, top of the line. Think about a lawyer right now, right? These are the same things. Guess what? When they going to get people that's gonna come against us. These is not gonna be no little Johnny that's coming out of high school. They not gonna go get some little warehouse work, bro. They finna go get the top of the line, right? They gonna go get the best minds that they can get to come against us,
Harvard
right?
and all the other universities, ain't it?
And everything. I'm talking about the top of the top. Don't think that they're gonna come get something low. This is what Maccabees explained about when he read in Amos, when he read in First Peter's, when he read in Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, man. When now he going in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 5 through 6, showing our wisdom. The Bible is our wisdom. Guess what? When we confound them with our wisdom, they're going to get the best. Right? So don't think that these people coming out to the highway, every one of these people coming out to the highway, and they Edomite, y'all think they gonna be like some kind of little random dude. Some of these people they sent out there to us. And guess what they doing? They sending these people out there to us. They send these people out to us to try to confound us. Why if Vocal Malone was so pristine in his understanding, why he not out there every week? No, he go back and go get more information from them to come back and try to defeat us again. That's what he keep doing. Look at the pattern. That's what I'm trying to explain to brothers and sisters. They're not gonna go get the Lord alone. They're gonna go get somebody that they think that they know something, right?
And he'll try to go and pick the differences between the camps.
That's right.
Well, he said that part, and then take that and run over to the other camp. That's why I know it's funny because all the camps ain't the same. Well, I don't know what happened with you and that, but I'm just telling you, this is what we dealing with now.
And see, just like how the scripture saying, you see how they roll. They're gonna go get the pristine. They're not gonna go get the lowest of the low. They're gonna get somebody that they think is a historian and they can disprove us. But guess what? They know for themselves, they change history. We don't change history. They change history. Right? We go with what the Bible say in the prophecies of the Bible. That's why every time you think when they destroying these countries, what happened? They read Bible scriptures. I mean, I was just talking about it in the car, man. On the way to school, man. Me and Officer Barakai, they literally read Bible scriptures in the middle of their speeches now. Because it's prophecy. Right? Go ahead.
Let's get that 1 Corinthians. Expound upon that. 1 Corinthians, yeah, you already know. 1 and start at verse 25. We're gonna get straight to the point.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 25. Because the foolishness of God is wiser than men.
Even God in his foolish state, which is the Most High God, really just mocking because he ain't a fool. But he's just giving a comparison. Even at his lowest and weakest state, is stronger than men. Read on.
And the weakness of God is stronger than men.
Read on, Doc.
Verse 26. For ye see your calling, brethren.
And brothers got to know what their calling is if they're in here. Sisters got to know what their calling is if they're in here. Read on, Doc.
How that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty.
Not many mighty, meaning what? We don't have many prestige scholars amongst us. We don't have scholars. We don't have doctors that are among us. Read on up.
Not many noble are called.
Not many nobles are called, man. Read on. The prestiges of the world. Read on.
But God had chosen the foolish things of the world.
Read that again.
But God had chosen the foolish things of the world.
God chooses the foolish things. We are the foolish right now because don't nobody look at us like we have anything. They all look at us like we dumb, that we don't read, that we don't understand what we're reading if we do read. We're the foolish right now. Read on up.
To confound the wise.
And the Most High God is using us to confound the wise. That's why I said even with Alazar, confounding the doctor. You know, he's the world's foremost doctor on religion, on concerning Israelites. Read on up.
And God had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
And that's what we are right now. We're the weak things, and what we're out there doing, we're confounding the mighty. Read that again up.
But God had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
To do what?
To confound the wise.
Read on up.
And God had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
And that's what That's what we're going into. We're the weak, we're the less fortunate, we don't have much resources, but guess what? We got the Bible and we got the most high power behind us. Read on.
Verse 28, and base things of the world,
We the base things, read on.
and things which are despised, hath God chosen.
And hey, that thing right there is heavy. It says the despised which God chose. Read on up.
Yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are.
And the Most High, that's literally him showing his power by him doing what? Using the weakest people to bring down the strongest nation. That's how you know that it is of the Most High. What would make the sense if somebody strong can easily confound the weak? That's not showing no power, but the Most High God is showing real power when he use it for the weak. Go ahead, Al.
Praise this. There's some of them brothers that's out there busting these little scholars up. They just got GEDs. Some of them don't even got that. But they doing what the Most High God say do, and the Most High God say, I'm gonna put you where you're supposed to be. Because a lot of times we don't even know who we really are. We really don't know who we are when we got God. Because a lot of times we don't go all the way out with the Most High. Because we always sometimes thinking, well, the world say do this. We always try to grab a little bit of that when we just need to give it all up and give it to the Most High, period.
Let's get another precept on this right quick. There's another precept of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 5 and 6, and there's also another precept for Isaiah 45 and 17. It goes in one and the same. Go to Sirach chapter 24. Start at verse 22. Because it goes into what I is going into, man. Right? This is how we step up to the plate with the Lord. This is how we confound the wise, man. This is how we can never be confounded, right? Isaiah, Sirach chapter 24 and verse 22.
The book of Sirach, chapter 24, verse 22.
Read it.
He that obeyeth me,
He that obeyed the Most High, read.
shall never be
The
confounded.
Lord said we can never be confounded, man, when we obey the Lord, right? Read.
And they that work by me shall not do
He
amiss.
said, they that work by me, we won't be amiss. So when we ask the Lord for something, he's going to hear us. We don't want to be asking the Lord amiss, right? According to James, right? But read on.
All these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High God.
Right? This goes into what Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5 and verse 6 is going into. This is our wisdom, right? This is what we're supposed to be obeying so we can get an understanding, man. Read.
Even the law which Moses commanded for inheritance.
This right, this our wisdom is our heritage. Our knowledge. This is why you think the other nations need us. They need our knowledge. They need our understanding, man. Read.
Unto the congregation of Jacob.
Unto the congregation of Jacob, man. Read.
Verse 24, faint not to be strong in the Lord.
That's why keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, read.
That he may confirm you.
That he may confirm us, read.
Cleave unto him.
Cleave unto our wisdom, read.
For the Lord Almighty is God. For the Lord Almighty is God alone.
He's God alone. So it's no idols, nothing you can put with him, man. This is our wisdom. Our God is our wisdom, man. These law, statutes, commandments are our wisdom, man. Read.
And besides him, there is no other Savior.
And there's no other people. Nobody can get us out of this condition, man. When God put a decree, that's where it's at, man. And everybody's going to obey it, man. Right?
All right. Let's go to Psalm 147. 19. Something we heard over and over again. We're going to hear it again today. Read that. Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation.
He said he showeth his word unto Jacob. He said he ain't dealt with nobody else. You know, like even like when the men come up to you and they be telling you all that sweet stuff, and the first thing in your head, man, you tell everybody that. You know what I'm saying? But when you know he don't tell everybody, you know that you special. You that special thing. And the Most High God said, man, I ain't dealing with none of them. I'm dealing with y'all. I'm showing you. Don't nobody else know this information. That's why it's hard for them to it's hard for them when they hear it. Nah, no. But we read it. And it's funny because it's right in their face and they like, oh, man, no. Oh, and we like, yes, read it again. Read.
He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
They have not known them. They ain't been through the stuff we've been through. They haven't been getting whooped by their daddy. He don't know what we know what our daddy do, boy. We know soon as our daddy coming. They tell me, come on. He coming. I see him. Y'all going on. Get away from me. Scoot over. You don't want them by you. Because you know what your dad do. And that's what he said. They don't even know his judgment, but you do. We know slavery. We know oppression. We know poverty. We know what going hungry is. I don't know about you new children. But I know the old school, y'all know what hungry is. You remember them sandwiches? All you had was syrup. Then when the syrup go on, them old nasty mustard sandwiches.
Sugar sandwich.
Ketchup. We done did it all. Ain't no meat.
Wish.
No meat. All you doing just thinking about it. Oh, if I just have no,
Wish sandwich.
Ketchup and bread.
I wish it was a hot dog. Wish it was a meat on this one.
And you felt full in the mud. You went outside and played all day long on bread and ketchup.
And guess what? On bread and ketchup and water hose water.
Water hose water. You couldn't even use that inside.
Yes, sir.
That water hose water was good though. Back in the day,
Water.
I wouldn't drink it now, but boy, back in the day, boy. Boy, you drink it now, boy. Hey, you be right there under that water hose.
But if you see how it went, you got, like you say, you had to look ketchup sandwiches, you got water hose water, and then Miss May Lou, she stay around the corner. She got peaches on her tree. You go down the road, the other lady, she got apples on her tree. Then the other lady down the road, she got pears on her tree. Well, all this is.
That's the thing about it, y'all youngsters don't even y'all living life for granted. Cause y'all don't remember when you got up, walked to the refrigerator. Remember you was just in the refrigerator 15 minutes ago. And it wasn't nothing in it. So here you are 15 minutes later, looking in that refrigerator, and it ain't nothing in it. But that ice cube tray is always in there. It's always got some ice in there. Y'all remember them days where you know your mama saying, boy, get out that refrigerator. You know it ain't nothing in there. And you like, but I don't know, you just gonna go to that refrigerator and hope that.
Hope that baking soda turns to a whole bunch of stuff.
That's what's in there. Ice cube tray and baking soda. And an old mustard bottle.
Now remember that we used to have one meal. Either you ate what grandma and them cooked or you didn't eat it all.
Check this out. I'm gonna tell y'all another thing.
I don't remember that.
Look, I'm gonna tell you another thing. Back in the day, if you bought some Pizza Hut, everybody get one slice, we all full. Just think about it. How many slices of pizza you ate back in the day? Did you eat a whole bunch? You didn't eat a whole slice. You ate 1 or 2 slices of pizza. That was it. And you was full. KFC used to be the same thing. You eat 1 or 2 pieces of chicken. That was it. But Negro eat 9, 10. Well, it was a twin, but it's something the other.
That's the only time you see chicken fly. When they walk past them two right there, boy. That mother's like, oh, no. That mother, they're flying, boy. That chicken look like an eagle.
But I'm going to tell you, the world as we know it changed before all of our eyes, man. Things, at one point in time, you couldn't buy a watermelon all year long.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't buy fruit all, just think about certain fruits you couldn't buy all year long, man. Now all of a sudden you can buy watermelon all year long because it ain't got no seed.
24/7.
You can buy grapes all day long because it ain't no seed. Just think about those things. We couldn't buy this certain stuff we couldn't buy all year long because it came out. We knew that, guess what, it was watermelon season, boy. Guess what, Negroes gonna have watermelon everywhere, right? It was grape season. Guess what, it's gonna be grapes everywhere.
I knew them grapes season because my dad taught me. I thought grapes was free because they was out. So I remember he used to go grab a bushel every time. We walk around the store popping grapes in our mouth like they gave this to us. But they was only there for a certain time, and you have the other times you gonna be like that. What a free grapes. And because they wasn't in season at the time. Man, you go that boy.
You eat the GMO grapes all day.
Man, ain't lying, boy. Growing 3 cows.
What brother got the precept for what Dr. Maccabee just brought out in the New Testament? Psalm 147. What brother got the precept? What you got, Daoud? We gotta have them precepts, man.
Come up from verse 19.
Yeah.
I got Luke 1:80 for 147 and 19.
You got Luke 1 and what?
1:80.
Yeah.
He said new.
That's in the New Testament.
Luke 1:80, pretty good.
Yeah.
What you get?
Let's get that Romans chapter 3, verse 1 right quick. Remember the second part that I know sometimes we have to expound on it, that he showed this word to Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
That part. I know you're off back to O.
Yeah, I thought you were still talking about the food, the seeds and stuff.
Oh,
He said what I said. I said a lot. That's what he dismissed. Like, which part he talking about?
There's a precept for Psalms 147 and verse 19 in the New Testament saying the same thing. Let's say brothers and sisters have to understand that it's saying the same thing or has the same meaning. It may be worded different, but it still has the same meaning. Read that right quick.
The book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 1. What advantage then hath the Jew?
So he's saying, what advantage then hath the Jew? Read on up.
Or what profit is there of the circumcision?
What profit is y'all circumcised and what profit is y'all keeping the commandments? Read on up.
Much every way.
So Paul is letting us know that the Jews have an advantage in every way. Any way that you can think of, we have an advantage, man. The smartest, the best dressed, the most stylish, the best cooks, the best singers, the best basketball players. Hey, like I said, we want to get out there and thump marbles. We can be the best at that.
Mm-hmm.
Read on up.
Chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God.
So God is letting us know that we have an advantage in every way because unto us were given the commandments.
Mm-hmm.
So brothers have to see the correlation with those things to be able to bring those things out when we go out there to the streets. Make sure y'all write that down.
With the wisdom, that the commandments and the law, that's wisdom. And it's your heritage, man. It's your heritage. It's part of you, whether you like it or not. So when you disobey the commandments, you disobeying yourself. You're going against who you really are. You fighting yourself. And you're not going to win that battle.
Like somebody saying, I'm not gonna be a Hebrew Israelite no more. You
can't not.
You can't change it.
You just saying I'm going against my heritage. That's what you're saying. I don't like my race. I don't like myself really. So I want to be somebody else. That's what you're saying. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 11. Start at verse 26.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, verse 6. Behold.
No, 26.
Oh, it's like
the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse.
We was given a blessing or a curse. Whatever. There's your choices. See, everybody wants free to just do whatever they want. This test is simple. A, blessings. B, curses. You turn that TV down. Let's put that on. But the thing about that is, we can't. And we only got two choices. Take the blessings or the curses. Go ahead.
Verse 27, a blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
That's what we get. That's the multiple choice. You take the blessing or what?
Which I command you this day, and a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day to go after other gods, which ye have not known.
And that's a lot of times what we do. A lot of times, see, a lot of times we thinking because we not up in the Buddha house and worshiping Buddha, or we ain't over there kissing on the rock and worshiping Islam. We thinking we ain't worshiping other gods. But when you got your favorite TV show and your TV show come on before the Most High God, but it comes first, that's your God. When everything is about, I got to make this bag, I got to get this money, I got to get this dollar, that's your God. When you put those things before your God, that is your God. You don't have to be running around. You don't have to be over there with doing the team attorney. You don't have to do that. You got stuff that you're dealing with on a daily basis. Some people call them habits. That's not of God. That becomes your God. So don't think that, hey, I'm not worshiping no other gods. I don't go to the temple. Yes, you are. You in your temple. When you're in with your other God, whatever your sin might be, or whatever you got opposing what you're supposed to be doing, your job can be your God. Because some of y'all is more obedient to that job than you are to the Most High God. You ain't gonna miss that job. You ain't gonna miss no work. Even when you done told them I want to take this day off, and they tell you, nah, you can't take that day off. You'll go your butt right back to that job. That job become your job, become your God. Whatever time they tell you. They'll change the schedule up, and here you are. You'll be mad, but you go do it. We'll change our schedule up. You like, I'm still coming at 1. I'm coming when that time I get there. No, but you ain't gonna tell that white man you coming what time you get there. Because they got a line for you. It's called unemployment. Go ahead. No doubt, boy.
Verse, you want 28 again or 29?
Did we finish 28?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all I needed on that. Let's go to Exodus chapter 5. We'll just get into some reading right quick. Because we're going to go right now. We're going to see some of the things and how we were when we was in this right now. We're going to start out with Egypt. That's the great thing about doing these classes, though, man. It makes you go back and read something that you had read before, but you get more in depth into it, you know what I'm saying? And especially when you're trying to find something, boy, you be looking for one little thing, boy, you done read about 3 chapters. To the point I called Benaniyah, hey, man, Jerubbaal, hey, man, where is that at? You done read the whole Romans trying to find one little thing, and then he tell you, and you be like, I just read that. Yeah, I passed right by, but the most I'll be happy in there.
That's why it's funny every time you call him. Jerubbaal, where is it at? I know he done read for a long time. I just start laughing.
And then what's so bad about it? And he'll tell me, and I promise, he did it yesterday. I said, man, where is this at? Such and such and such and such. I have my finger just like this. He said, one of them is in such and such. I was like, I'm reading that now. And the other one is in such and such. My other finger was at the exact same place he was just telling me. I said, I'm reading that now. I said, man, I didn't read right about it, but the Most High sometime I have you just going to look for something. Because some of you don't like to read anyway. But some of y'all be wanting to tell your family members up sometimes, so you got to go find it. So he have y'all in the book. You done read about 4, 5, 6 chapters that you would have never ran. That's why he had that dude come up to your house. So you get in that book and read something. Because, if you ain't arguing about nothing, y'all ain't going to read nothing. You got to be in an argument. The Most High will be sitting right to you, too. You ain't no Israelite. Yes, I am. Hold on. Here you pick that Bible up. So then you don't keep reading, the Most High going to keep sitting to your house. So you better start reading that Bible and be ready for them when they get there. You stop them at the door. Hold on. And let me read this to you. And you read it for them. So you already studied up. All praise him. Let's go to Exodus chapter 5. Start at verse 1. And you can begin.
The book of Exodus, chapter 5, verse 1. And afterward, Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus said the Lord God of Israel.
See, that's how we got to be, man, with our people, period, with everybody. Now, bust up in the dope. Boom. Thus say the Most High God of Israel. Read.
Let my people go.
What?
Let my people go.
Straight to the point. We ain't got to be all that. That's one thing we got to stop being as a people, beating around the bush on everything. Lord knows I don't beat around the bush. Let my people go. I ain't got time to be talking about, what you really need to do. Let my people go.
He said, no, I think he said, let the Gentiles go.
Now, let my people go, nigga. He ain't playing.
Say, my God told me to tell you.
Especially when you know what this Bible say. You can go tell them, I don't care what they say. My God said, let my people go. Nigga.
It's kind of like when Mama said, you can go in there and say one cuss word. But you gonna go in there and do, you gonna go about 15.
You go through the whole book. Go ahead.
Let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness.
See, that's one thing we got to do. We got to say, man, I got to go do what my God tell me to do. We was a separate people. Let my people go so we can go keep my God's commandments. My God's commandments. I don't care what your daddy do, but my daddy, we get in trouble. So you got to let us go. So we got something we got to go do. We got to go home mow the lawn. If my daddy get out work and that grass ain't cut, shoot. Go ahead.
Verse 2, and Pharaoh said, who is the Lord that I shall obey his voice to let Israel go?
Boy, that's pride right there. Who is the Lord? Imagine why he feel like that. He had him in captivity for 230 years. For sure. Because remember, there was a couple of pharaohs at this time that we was under. And he had him in captivity, so he like, y'all can't be nothing. I've been whooping y'all for a minute. Go ahead.
I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go.
They didn't know the Lord because remember, he was God. Like, wait a minute, hold on. My God. No, I don't know your God. I'm God.
And you see what Pharaoh said. I know not the Lord.
I don't know.
Your brothers and sisters catch that, man. And why the Lord said he ain't dealing with nobody else. He said, I know not the Lord, man, right?
See, that's the thing about Pharaoh. At least Pharaoh wasn't lying. But Esau be lying. I know the Lord. The Pharaoh just say, I don't know him. I know the Lord. He loves all of us. I don't know what God you talking about. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And they said, the God of the Hebrews had met with us.
He said, the God of the Hebrews. Go ahead.
Let us go, we pray thee, 3 days' journey into the desert, and sacrifice unto the Lord our God.
Why did he say the God of Hebrews? Because Jerubbaal just spoke it. Because remember, he said, I don't know your God. I don't know him. So they have responded, the God of the Hebrews, nigga. I was. Since you don't know him, we telling you who he is.
Still paying attention right quick. Brother Judah, what precept did you put right there, man?
That we just brought up.
Catching brothers off. Oh, brothers gotta be in. Say it again. The precept we just brought out. What brother know what I'm talking about? All praise, twin. Brothers got to be able to see that thing in the spirit. Like we said, we even giving y'all clues. The precept we just brought out. So brothers got to be in tune with that thing, man. Go ahead,
Read.
Hold up, because that's a great point. Remember, we give precepts, then we always tell brothers to do what? Give an example. That's a great example of those things too. So brothers got to be thinking on multiple fronts.
And it helps brother in their classroom shit.
That's right.
But also Amos is a good precept too, but we was talking about
Yeah,
only in the class.
brought that out. I just saying.
Right. Yeah.
But read that from the top there.
Verse 3 from the top. And they said, the God of the Hebrews had met with us. Let us go, we pray thee, 3 days' journey into the desert, and sacrifice unto the Lord our God, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword.
That's what I said. Man, hold on, man. Shoot, man, you better let me do what I gotta do. Keep these law, statutes, commandments. I know what my daddy gonna do. My daddy do not play. I don't know about your daddy, but my daddy, our father, is no joke. So he's telling us, man, and that's why I say I love the way it's saying. If you, I wish we need to get that camera and redo this movie. Yeah, have just some people like us out there doing it.
Man, but you knew at this time Moses believed the Lord, but at first Moses didn't believe. Because if you read chapter 4, you'll see Moses question, the Lord showed him. Guess what? So guess what? Now Moses said, hey, well, he just showed me.
Yeah.
Now you better listen.
You better listen.
Right? That's what Moses was saying. Let's get a little bit on it. Moses, not that Moses. Exodus chapter 4, verse 1 right quick. I shall do this.
Go to the book of Moses. Which one?
Hey, man, hey, the scriptures be saying the book of Moses too, man. Hey. Start verse 1 out.
The book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 1. And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me.
He's telling the Lord, he said, hey, Lord, behold, hey, these nations ain't gonna believe me when I go tell them this, man. Right? Read.
Nor hearken unto my voice.
Right, read.
For they will say, the Lord had not appeared unto thee.
This is the same thing what the man Maccabee said. Guess what? When he was reading in Exodus chapter 5, he said, the Lord our God and appeared to us. The Lord God of the Hebrews and appeared to us.
Mm-hmm.
You better listen to us, man, right? Read.
And the Lord said unto him,
What'd he say?
what is in thine hand?
He said, what you got in your hand, man? Read it.
And he said, a rod.
He said, it's a rod, right? Read.
And he said, cast it on the
He
ground.
said, this rod you got in your hand, throw it on the ground. Read.
And cast it on the ground. And it became a serpent.
So this rod became a serpent. Read.
And Moses fled from before.
Guess what? He just had it in his hand. But when he threw it on the ground, he turned into a snake. Imagine you got something in your hand, you got your phone, and you throw it on the ground, and it just turned into a pancake or something.
Hold on. I just caught this.
Mm-hmm.
Read that again.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from before it.
Man, what race is Moses? Just from that scripture. You know we don't do snakes.
That's right, man.
Oh man, a stick on that ground. I tell y'all right now, on one right now.
Yeah, a snake.
They turn into a snake right now.
Clear the room out, man.
And Esau gonna be trying to flip the thing over.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all done left them little babies behind. They'll be the only ones around here. I'm gonna lie to you. I'll be back out the door before you get out there.
Come on, chick.
Never. I'll be out that door before you get out that door. I won't do snakes.
Get what? If anybody whip in the room, you see a whole bunch of chairs just rocking. Because everybody be gone.
No. These be spinning. I'm gone. But this is how I know Moses is a black man. Not African either. See, we black folk, we don't do snakes. Just deal with them. They live with them. We don't. We see a grass snake and be tripping. Not only will we be out here, I know Yari needs to be right over the top of his braid. High stepping. Man, that right there alone let me know Moses black.
Right.
He's a black man. He's a so-called nigga.
But guess what? And that's how we do. We have to run for something, and the Lord has to call us back. Verse 4.
Verse 4. And the Lord said unto Moses.
So now the Lord had to call Moses back. Hey, Moses. Right? You read.
Put forth thy hand and take it by the tail.
So he's looking at the Lord. So you want me to grab this? Yeah, the Lord said, put forth thy hand. Guess what? This right here shows the Lord also that Moses is starting to trust us.
I was just gonna say, this is the beginning of the trust that Moses had for the Most.
Because why? Ain't no nigga finna grab no snake by the goddamn tail. Because guess what's gonna happen? You afraid he gonna bite you. Right? He said, grab the snake by the tail. Read.
And he put forth his hand and caught it. And it became a rod in his hand.
And it became a rod in his hand, man. So guess what, man? These right here alone, right here, guess what? This is what Maccabees was touching on. Like, hey, the God of the Hebrews talk to us. You better listen to what I'm saying, right?
What I just seen and what he just showed me.
Right.
I don't know if you want to deal with this guy.
You can go back to chapter 5. Go ahead.
Because you know Moses wasn't even dealing with a God. Remember, he was dealing with them Egyptian gods. Now that's why he like, the God of them Hebrews, you don't want to deal with him. I done been in your kingdom all the time. You ain't did nothing like what I just seen. You can call yourself God all you want, but you ain't did what I just seen. This nigga gonna turn me to leprosy and then brought me right back. Put a stick into a snake. That's what he had to go and tell him. The God of the Hebrews, remember Moses became Hebrew, he been Hebrew, he just now realized who he really is. Go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 5, verse 4. And the king of Egypt said unto them, wherefore do ye, Moses and Aaron, let the people from their works get you unto your burden. And Pharaoh said, behold, the people of the land now are many.
Hold on, read the 4 again. Read 4 again.
Verse 4. And the king of Egypt said unto them, wherefore do ye, Moses and Aaron, let the people from their work.
He said it's a question he's asking. But you want me to let these people stop working? I got a pyramid to build. And you want me to stop working for this God that you talk about you know. Go ahead.
Get you unto your burdens. And Pharaoh said, behold, the people of the land now are many, and you make them rest from their burden.
And he said, there's there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. And you want all of them slaves to work for, stop. You want them to stop. Read.
Verse 6, and Pharaoh commanded the same day the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying, ye shall no more give the people straw to make brick, and heretofore let them go and gather straw for themselves.
And you know how it is when you try to tell another nation something, they make it harder for you. I ain't coming to work. Next week you on the schedule 7 days a week. 16 hours a day and we ain't paying you overtime, nigga. That's why they are. Boy, if it wasn't no law, them white folks wouldn't pay you nothing. Go ahead.
Verse 8, in the till of the bricks which they made heretofore, you shall lay upon them. You shall not diminish aught thereof, for they be idle. Therefore they cry, saying, let us go and sacrifice to our God.
Mm-hmm. They said, therefore, let us go, let us cry, saying, let us go and sacrifice to our God. Go ahead.
Let their more work be laid upon them. So like,
Upon them.
yeah, let the more work be laid upon the men, that they may labor therein,
Mm-hmm.
and let them not regard vain words.
He said, man, they better not say nothing about it, nigga.
Work, don't you listen to a damn thing that they talk.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you listen to a damn thing.
Nothing.
You better not even come to the office. Hey, I got a question, boss. You better not be about with that.
Get your ass out here.
Don't let them tell you, how's it gonna work without them straw? But don't say nothing. Don't listen to nothing them niggas got to say.
Right.
That's what they tell them. Don't listen to nothing them niggas got to say.
So what cities were they building, y'all know? Let's go to Exodus 1:11. We ain't gonna, y'all.
What you got, brother Renard? You count, what you count out? What cities were they building? If you don't know, just say you don't know.
Exodus 1:11. Read it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 11. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens.
Right? This goes on what we read, man. This is what Pharaoh like, no, I'm not gonna stop them from building. Right? But they working. Right? Read.
And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities.
They built treasure cities, man. Read.
Pithom and Ramses.
And they building Pithom and Ramses, right? Read.
But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
Uh-huh.
And they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
And they was grieved. They got mad because we kept having more and more children, but guess what? They had more and more people to build their cities.
Them niggas was strong, boy. Cracking bricks up the whole side of the mountain, still coming back, dropping babies.
Make sure you highlight that thing, brother Renard.
Yeah, I'm just couldn't pronounce.
But you know, when it said Ramses. So you remember one of the biggest things over there when you go over to Egypt is what? That big old statue of what? Of him. That's why he said, what? Stop him from he said they ain't making my picture. They making a statue of me. You want me to stop him? Crazy. Put in the work. Go back. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 5, verse 10. And the taskmasters of the people went out in their office, and they spake to the people, saying, thus saith Pharaoh, I will not give you straw. Verse 11, go ye, get your straw. Get you straw where you can find it. Ye not aught of your work shall be diminished.
Mm-hmm.
So the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Egypt to gather stubble instead of straw. And the taskmasters hasted them, saying, fulfill your works, your daily tasks, as when there was straw.
Mm-hmm.
And the officers of the children of Israel, which Pharaoh's taskmasters have set over them, were beaten and demanded, wherefore have ye not fulfilled your tasks in making brick, both yesterday and today, as heretofore?
And heretofore. See, that's the thing about us, man. You can put pressure on us. We just steady multiply. We steady get stronger. Think about it. What other race? They talking about everybody went into slavery. Nobody went into chattel slavery like we have, because they can't do it. They can't do it.
Did brothers catch that? Read verse 13 again.
Verse
Brothers and
13.
sisters caught that.
And the taskmasters hasted them, saying, fulfill your works, your daily tasks, as when there was straw.
Read on.
And the officers of the children of Israel,
And the officers of the children of Israel, read on,
which Pharaoh taskmasters has set over them,
which Pharaoh's taskmasters taskmasters had set over them, read on,
were beaten and demanded.
uh-huh.
Wherefore have ye not fulfilled your task in making brick, both yesterday and today?
So the Egyptians did what to us? Say again,
Yeah.
brother, Officer King.
They said our own people over.
They set our own people over us. What nation of people we see, they do that today, and then a lot of times they do what? Abuse their power.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? And this is the point. So we don't look at Esau as the enemy. We look at our own people as the enemy. That's a part of their Willie Lynch. And we literally see why the Most High God does what? Call America Egypt. Because they're literally doing what? The same playbook over and over again.
Yeah, like on that movie Life.
That's right.
You mean like
Gun line, boss.
yeah. That's what they do. They look at the jail cell. Look at the prison system. It's the majority. A lot of them, a lot of black men, and they man.
And it's the same thing in slavery because little Roscoe had to pick the same amount of cotton as other people, man. Right? They said, we're going to take the straw from you. You got to get your own straw, but you got to produce the same work. Right? They made it harder for us, man. Put feathers on us, man. So it's the same thing. Slavery is just going all around the world. Like how we was slavery in Egypt. Same thing with our forefathers out there picking that cotton, man.
That's where black women getting that good cooking from when they ain't got nothing, boy. You be going in there, boy, don't be nothing but a couple of things. You know, you come back and have a whole meal. That's what the mothers be do. When they come back, they can make something out of nothing. And that's who you are. You can make something out of nothing. When it look bad, when it look terrible, when it look like it's down and out, we make something out of nothing. Go ahead.
Your works, your daily task is when there was straw. We don't care. We don't care. You're going to go to work, like I said. Them pallets used to be right here. Now we got to go all the way around the warehouse and go get our own damn pallet.
Mhm.
So you still better bring the same amount of work in.
Mm-hmm.
So what y'all think they did towards Moses when he did that? You can read that.
Nah, you go ahead and read that. I wasn't going there, but go ahead.
This is what happened when Moses would talk to Pharaoh and the children of Israel started trying to rebel like a little bit. So this is what happened. Jump down to verse 19.
Verse 19. And the officers of the children of Israel
This is going into the office of the children of Israel. Read.
did see that they were in evil case.
They were in an evil case. Read.
After it was said, you shall not diminish aught from your bricks of your daily task.
So guess what, man? They had put us into river. So they's like, this is an evil case, right? But watch how I read down. Watch this.
And they met Moses and Aaron.
And they did what?
And they met Moses and Aaron.
While they was doing that, they met Moses and Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
The same person that was that was telling Pharaoh to let my people go. Guess what? He also told the people that they had set up over us. Moses and Aaron was trying to. Now it's my turn to tell y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, right? Read.
Who stood in the way
And they stood in the way. Read.
as they came forth from Pharaoh.
As they came forth from Pharaoh. Read.
And they said unto them,
What he say?
the Lord look upon you
He said, the Lord looking at y'all, man. Right? Read.
and judge,
And he gonna judge y'all for this, right? Read.
because you have made our Savior to be abhorred in the eyes of Pharaoh.
You see how they go? You say you made us to be this is how they speaking, right? Read.
And in the eyes of his servants,
Right? Read.
to put a sword in their hand to slay us.
So now, guess what? This them want to guess what?
Look back.
Basically, this is what it's going into, right? The same. Guess what? They met Moses and Aaron, and they trying to. So they having a conversation. Moses looking at them, and they looking at Moses. They have something to say. Moses got something to say. Guess what's going to happen next, though? The Lord gonna start bringing plagues on them, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They trying to stop Moses in the way from carrying out the work because Moses is doing the job of the Lord. What y'all think gonna happen to us? When you doing the job of the Lord, who gonna be stopping you in your way? Our own people, man.
That's exactly what happens today, right now. Man, our fight gonna be with them other nations. In fact, a lot of times the other nations be wanting to stop and listen. Our fight be with our own people, man. And I'm talking about they come so hard. They're either like the lady, I'm gonna get a mic and go out there and disturb them. I'm not gonna let them get a word out. Because somebody else might hear that. They do this. I'm gonna kill you. Why? I ain't did nothing that make you want to do. It's so easy to kill us. I'm gonna kill you. We read the Bible. I'm gonna kill you. We done got so many threats lately, it's crazy, man.
Did you read 21?
For what?
Yeah.
What did you just read? Let's go to Numbers chapter 25.
Because guess what? A lot of people think we making their job hard. This is what the officers of the children of Israel, they thought Moses was making their job hard.
That's why they were there. You got punishment coming on them because you running up there to Pharaoh, running your damn mouth. Man, shut up.
Guess what? Y'all keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Y'all not celebrating no Christmas. Y'all not celebrating no Thanksgiving. What the hell wrong with y'all, man?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What's wrong with y'all?
And they looking at Moses and Aaron like, y'all making us look bad.
We got the leader here.
No, we doing the right thing.
Turkey's $30 now. And you niggas ain't buying turkeys no more.
Guess what? Chilling's $33 a pound.
Christmas trees $185,000. You niggas ain't celebrating Christmas no more.
Ain't no present no more. The economy, man, that's the thing about it. If we just go back and do what the Most High God say, His kingdom gotta start falling.
That's right.
No buying and selling them from Friday
Imagine.
to Saturday. So, but listen, think about it. You just got paid too. We paid you on Friday. You can't tell me these niggas ain't spending no money. They expect for you to spend. They made it like that. And you ain't gonna spend no money on that day. These new moons. Y'all ain't buying that. Saturday. You mean to tell me, nigga, we worshiping the God on Saturday. Y'all don't want to buy nothing? No, we don't.
I'm gonna tell you what it be, Maccabee. Them stores they had to cut their lights off because they got to preserve money, man. Guess what? To try to pay their light bill. Because niggas won't come in there spending, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's how you cripple. Imagine us, we don't buy no Christmas lights, no Christmas trees,
No candy, no Halloween candy,
no presents,
no turkeys.
Guess what? And everybody, no TVs. Boy, guess what?
What do you say? No TV.
Walmart, you know what Walmart will turn into? Waltermart. Right? That's the same thing. Guess what? That's what they got in the Philippines. Waltermart. It ain't Walmart over there, it's Waltermart. Right? Yeah. They got Esau got the half ears, man, right?
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
Let's go to Numbers chapter 25, verse 1.
The book of Numbers, chapter 25, verse 1. And Israel abode in Shittim,
Mm-hmm.
and the people begun to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab.
They did what?
And begun to commit whoredoms with the daughters of Moab.
Just grab any little thing we can. We just grab anything. That girl with the most flared out. Come here. Come here. Are you up? Because I know back then, but that mother really was slaying then, but they evolved now. They got them a little open a little bit now. Back then, they were probably shut.
I'm already me.
Shamash, like that. Because I know a lot of times people ask, even within that, go ahead, Shamash, CHE.
Yeah.
Spell that one, man.
CHEMOS.
I'm like General Yashar, man. All thing they can do is make me some food real quick. That's it,
I
man.
don't know about that.
They cook some rice real good, boy.
That's about it.
Watch the clothes.
Watch
God dang it, boy. You ain't
watch
know,
it.
you don't know what you're eating, though. You
My
know what I'm
clock starts down right now.
saying? Well, the rice now, it might be plastic. You better get that rice from Arkansas. But let's go ahead and read 25 and 1. That's why I tell Jerubbaal, I call Jerubbaal because they make rice in Arkansas. And then they started making that plastic rice. I would call Jerubbaal, what's that rice y'all making in Arkansas? Because every time I'm in there getting some, I'm out to make sure. I don't want none of that Chinese rice.
Right.
Your stomach just full of taco toys and stuff. Man.
No, my boy, they know about rice.
The mother give you anything, boy. Go ahead.
The book of Numbers, chapter 25, verse 1 from the top. And Israel abode in Shittim,
Mm-hmm.
and the people begun to commit whoredoms with the daughters of Moab.
Mm-hmm.
And they called the people unto the sacrifice of their God.
And they did what?
And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their God.
Uh-huh.
And the people did eat.
That's what you think they're gonna give you something good to eat. Uh-huh. You know, a lot of times I ain't went to the Chinese restaurant in so long. I don't want no man. I don't know what that. Why they the only ones cut chicken up like that? Why they the only ones you don't really know if it's chicken or not? Give me a chicken bone. I need a chicken bone. I need to see it. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor.
Then they eat, boy. Same way we doing now. When you into Christianity, you worshiping Baal. When you into Islam, you worshiping Baal. When you into any of these other religions, you worshiping Baal. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brother a Midianitish woman.
Hey, what? I got this for a reason. This is where I want to go. Read that.
And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
You done walked in bold too. You know how sometimes when you got them black men, when they got them, they be having some of the ugliest white women they can find. And they'll walk all up in there all bold, just like OJ. Walked up in there with that white girl, he was happy. Yeah. Bust right up in the goddamn family reunion. Only white girl at it. And they be proud with it. This is how he did. Got me a chain. Sukiyaki. I'm bringing her right now. She coming. Read.
Verse 7. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up from amongst the congregation and took a javelin in his hand.
He did what?
And took a javelin in his hand.
See, that's how we need to be getting, man. We ain't playing that. Boy, if this was back in them times, boy, we go downtown. Boy, I would love for one of them to be coming up that train track. And I just get a javelin. Did my girl. Okay. Okay. Read.
And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through.
He did what?
And thrust both of them through.
For trying to take up for this old dog, and I'm both of y'all gotta go. He thrust both of them through. We took care of business, man. Because our God had a thing for us, and we wouldn't let nobody come between this. We wouldn't let people ruin this. And he come up in here bold with Bruce Lee dog, and he just better just keep some stuff around. Hey, man. So he cut them both up. Read. Did you finish?
No. And thrust both of them through. The man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel.
Because he was keeping them away from, no, you're not going to bring that sin up in here. No. No. And that's what we gotta be a lot of times in it. No, keep your sin somewhere else. We don't want it in here because we know our daddy. He ain't playing. So don't bring that on him. He killed them both. Because he probably knew he was hard-headed. He would have got rid of the Chinese and got him a Japanese. Or after that, then come back with an African and then Lord forbid, he come with that thing. Let's go to Daniel chapter 1. James chapter 1. Start at 3.
The book of Daniel, chapter 1, verse 3. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish.
Hold on. Read.
Children in whom was no blemish.
See, but they tell us we can't be perfect. But even the other nations saw us as being perfect. Go ahead.
Children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom.
Skillful in all wisdom. Skillful. We were skillful. Man, y'all skillful in here. Some of you won't use your mind sometimes. But you got a skill, y'all just don't want to figure it out. You ain't gonna get the skill till the white man gotta tell you what your skill is, huh? Y'all ain't gonna get how special you are. I guess I know a white dude. I'm gonna bring one of them dudes from work. And I'm gonna give him a list.
Can't sit here.
And I'm gonna let him tell you what your skill is. I bet you come back next week, y'all got all kind of stuff made. Y'all don't gotta wait for the Most High God got a skill. Y'all better go inside yourself and find out what the skill is. If you can cook. You make garments. If you can sew, do what the skill God gave you. Look it up, especially you men. Our men be just trying something, anything. We gotta find the skill the Most High God gave you, man, and use it. Go ahead.
Verse 4 from the top. Children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge.
And cunning in knowledge. Go ahead.
And understanding science.
Understanding what?
And understanding science.
So we can go into science, man. Science was created by our God, not that stuff that they give you. Stuff that's proven to be factual. It is a science that's good, and it's a science that's not science. Go ahead.
And such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans.
Go ahead.
And the king appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat and of the wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, that at the end thereof they might stand before the king.
So he wanted them to drink the wine of the king and the meats of the king, so they'll be nourished. He fatten us up, the same way they did in slavery. Why do you think we so much addicted to that pork? That'll get y'all with some meat on your body, get your butt out there and pick more cotton. And keep you meaty. Go ahead.
Now among these were of the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names. For he gave unto Daniel the name of Bethlezzar, and Hananiah of Shadrach, and of Mishael of Meshach, and Azariah of Abednego. But Daniel proposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself.
And see, one thing they did, if you notice that, they changed our names all the goddamn time. My slave name is Daniel. But I don't understand how that is. Everybody say Daniel. they would not call me that. They would say Dan, Danny. I be like, my name Danny. Yeah, Danny. I be like, man, God dang it, man. I just told you what my name was. I don't know if y'all ever deal with this. They like to change your name, man.
I changed it right back.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like what they got. If your name is Bill, then it's like they got those different names.
Yeah, like Chuck and
Like if
what is that? Chuck is the name of
Ricky and Richard.
Charles.
oh yeah, like it's just they change names all the damn time.
I didn't know for a long time on Charlie Brown why they was calling him Chuck. I kept saying, why they keep calling him Chuck? I had no clue. Chuck is the same as Charles. Whatever, I don't even know how they even come up with that. But that's what they like to do. Change your name. But they don't change their name. No, my name is such and such. You make sure you say that with 2 L's.
Man.
Billy. Come on, man. Read.
Verse 9.
Hold on. Read 8 again.
Verse 8 from the top. But Daniel proposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself.
And see, that's what makes us different. When we do not what the world is doing. Just because the world is doing it don't mean we gotta partake in it. And that's why a lot of times we get caught up because we want to do what they're doing. That look fun. Lobster look good on the plate. I'm telling you, I used to tear lobster up. We can't go back to doing that stuff no more. I bet you the whole lot of y'all some pork chop eating son of a gun. Fried, baked, roasted, grounded. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Now God had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord, the king.
See, when you're doing what God say do, see, and I know y'all should know that scripture. When you're doing what God say do, he give you favor with your enemy, with the people up over. What scripture is that, y'all? Over here? He mumbled, he just said.
Proverbs 16:7. Right.
Yeah.
Enemies be in peace.
Your enemies will be at peace with you. Go ahead. You want something?
Yeah, let me get this precept right quick. Even what Captain McAbee was just touching on with them changing our names, remember that's a part of the curse.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Isaiah 65. This is a precept that brothers need to have. And which curse is this? You brothers know. I know I kind of made it plain. Remember, we're talking about them changing our names. Oh, say it again. 37. No, I just did a class on that byword and proverb. Isaiah chapter 65. This is a precept that y'all can put with that. Isaiah 65 and verse 15. Because that's not a coincidence. That's the spirit that the Most High God put on them to do us like that. Isaiah 65 and 15.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 65, verse 15. And ye shall leave your name for a curse.
For what?
For a curse.
So the names that we have, these are not our names.
Mm-hmm.
These last names go back to what? To our slave masters.
Mm-hmm.
So that's leaving our name, which was what? Yasharallah or Israel, the prince that has power with the Most High. Now we call by name Johnson. Johnson goes back to old English terms, people from England. You got Sanchez, people from Spain, people from France.
It's Germany, man.
All these different type of terms. Read that again,
Isaiah chapter 65, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And ye shall leave your name for a curse.
For what?
For a curse.
Going to Deuteronomy 28 and 37. Read on.
Unto my chosen.
Unto my chosen. Read on now.
For the Lord God shall slay
He
thee.
shall do what?
For the Lord God shall slay
And
thee.
he slayed us. And read on.
And call his servants by another name.
And call his servants by what?
By another name.
We're no longer called Israel. We're called what? African American. We're called black. We're called Negro. We're called Afro. I mean, these terms has nothing to do with what the Most High God gave us. Mexican, Native American, slave, property of Spain. These are different bywords and proverbs. Let's get another one right quick. What precept Isaiah 44:5? Precept that y'all can have. Make sure y'all put the opposite with it. We're gonna ask y'all. Hope Brother Jose, you writing it down? Brother should have it too. We done kind of went over it. Even when brothers are reading through Deuteronomy 28, the curses, make sure y'all linking up the precepts with those things, man. Read that right quick, Doc.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 44, verse 5. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord.
With his what?
Shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord.
This is us coming back into the truth and doing what? Changing our name. Let me say, I'm no longer Barrington, I'm Benaniyah, and so on and so forth. Read on up.
And surname himself by the name of Israel.
By the name of who?
By the name of Israel.
So in Isaiah 65:15, you see, well, we have to leave before a curse. Isaiah 44:5, seeing what we're coming back.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of times when y'all call yourselves these new names, y'all use Israel and Yasharala as your names, because that's what we're going back to our forefathers' names. And I would see. But go ahead, let's go back. Daniel.
The book of Daniel, chapter 1, verse 10. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my Lord, the king, who hath appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your faces, worse liking than the children which are of your sort?
Mm-hmm.
Then shall ye make me endanger my head to the king.
What he's saying is y'all ain't gonna be eating and ain't getting enough nourishment. So y'all gonna make it look bad when I take y'all to the king and y'all look like some POW. Or some the missing in action people, them people Rambo would say. Them big old heads and swole, sunken cheeks, that's what he was talking about. I can't take that back. You're gonna get me killed. Y'all need to eat. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah.
Mm-hmm.
Prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days. Let them give pulse to eat and water to drink. Then let our countenances be looked upon before thee.
Pulse is vegetables.
Yeah.
And water to drink. Go ahead.
And the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat.
Uh-huh.
And as thou seest, deal with thy servants.
Uh-huh.
So he consented to them in this matter, and proved them 10 days. And at the end of the 10 days, their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat.
Mm-hmm.
Thus Melzar took away the portion of their meat and the wine that they should drink, and gave them pulse. As for the 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom. And Daniel had an understanding in all visions and dreams.
Uh-huh.
Now, at the end of the days that the king has said he should bring them in, then the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar, and the king commanded with them.
Commune.
The king communed with them, and among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king, and in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better.
Hold on, wait. He found them what?
He found them 10 times better.
But now y'all live in the hood.
He found them 10 times better.
But y'all on the bottom.
He found them 10 times better.
Y'all in Oak Cliff.
10 times better.
Y'all are 10 times better. He found them 10 times better when we do what I gotta say. 10 times better. That's crazy. That's a great number. I'm 10 times better than you. Read.
He found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realms.
And I can't perform not one trick. I can't even do the card trick no more. But we better than that. We don't need to go up in there at the fair, going up in there with that lady that just gonna throw them cards down and lie. We better than that. We better than Sage Burn. What's his zodiac? What does it matter? I don't even have a zodiac. That's bull crap they made up and got people throw it off on this type of thing. We better than that. 10 times better than that. Read, are we finished with that?
You 21.
No, that's all I needed on that one. Let's go to Jeremiah 25:9. We will come back to Daniel.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 25, verse 9. Behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, said the Lord, and Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and will bring them against this land, and against the inhabitants thereof, and against all these nations round about, and will utterly destroy them, and make them an astonishment, in an hissing, and perpetual desolation.
See, and he's saying at this time, look, he's saying that he's going to bring Nebuchadnezzar against, and this is the thing, this is before Daniel got into captivity at the time. But I was just trying to show you where when we go against our God, this is what he did. And now they see that we are a special people. Nebuchadnezzar see, man, yeah, dang it. He's going to come against us hard. First, he loves us, and that's like all these other nations are, right? They love us, knowing they love you because of what you can do for them. But as far as loving you for you, because as soon as you do what you need to do for them, you gone. I don't need you no more. Light up the furnace. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 23. 23, and we're going to start at 26.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 23, verse 26. Notwithstanding, the Lord turned not from the fierceness of his great wrath, wherewith his anger was kindled against Judah, because of all the provocations that Manasseh had provoked him withal. And the Lord said, I will remove Judah also out of my sight, as I have removed Israel, and will cast off this city Jerusalem, which I have chosen, and the house of which I said, my name shall be there.
He said, this is the thing about that. I was getting to this because this is a prophecy about, if y'all don't know who Manasseh is, I don't know if y'all did it when I went through the kings. Manasseh was one of the kings of Judah who had did wickedness in the sight of the Most High God. So this is what he was telling them, Judah too, y'all gonna go into captivity too. And this is, and that's what Jeremiah was prophesying. And then here comes in 2 Kings was prophesying, y'all going into captivity too. So that's when we get to the full circle when we come back to where we found Daniel in that captivity that was prophesied before. Y'all get that? And when I say everything ain't just in the story, but there's pieces of this over here, pieces of that over there. There's good information over here. What you didn't see over there, you might find that in Jeremiah. What you didn't see in Jeremiah, you might find that in the Apocrypha. It's all over the place. Daniel's all in the Apocrypha. A better understanding of Daniel is in the Apocrypha. Well, a more understanding. So you gotta always look around all over through this whole Bible. It's all, but you gotta piece it together. Now let's go back to Daniel. And we're gonna go to 2. Now, and that's another thing. That's one thing you can also prove to the point where just because, let's say, it's us, all of us in this room right here. We the nation of Israel. 1, 2, 3. We keeping all of God's commandments. And nobody else is. So we get punished. I have to go into slavery too. Or I have to take the punishment because of the nation of Israel. Because when we got to what's name, when we got over in Daniel, what was Daniel in? They was perfect in God's sight. They kept all of God's laws. But they in captivity though. Meaning God took the whole nation into captivity. Now, even though it was some of them that didn't break God's law, but our nation was judged because of it. That's why it was always important for us to keep other people from sinning. That's why the brothers stabbed the brother with the javelin. Because he was like, And see, a lot of times we don't think what we doing affects other people. Us as a nation, everything you do affects him. It trickles down. So that's another thing to watch what you're doing, because you're not only affecting you, or you're not just hiding from you, you're affecting everything that's in here.
Get a quick precept.
Right.
Where is that? Was Solomon chapter 10. Start at verse 8. And that's a great point. Like, man, we get judged on our individual sin, but we also get judged as a nation of people too. So like I said, when that brother went and hit that brother with that javelin and that Edomite, that heathen, yeah, not for messing up for us.
That's exactly what they
messing it up for us, man. But like I said, that's a great point. We don't see that our own actions hinder the nation, man. Like, read this.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 8. For regarding not wisdom, they get not only this hurt.
They get not only this hurt. See, a lot of people don't regard the wisdom that we bring out to them, and they want to stay in their own follies and their own understanding. And it said that they go into this hurt, right? Read that again.
For regarding not wisdom, they get not only this hurt.
So not only do they get the hurt for not understanding of the Bible or getting the wisdom from the Israelites, from us, read.
That they knew not the things which were good.
They don't know good things, right? They don't know that good is what the commandments, Romans 7:12. They think good, like we used to always say, is cutting sister's yard or going to help the brother move, right? They don't know good, read.
But also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness.
They leaving behind trails of mockery and foolishness. You don't understand that what you do. I brought it out today. You are the salt of the earth. You are the light. I brought that in my class. A city that can't be hid. City that can't be hid. So when people see you doing wickedness and doing these things, you leave behind a memorial of what wickedness for the next person to see. The next man in Israel, the next woman in Israel to follow for. Right? Read on.
So that in the things wherein they offended, they could not so much as be hid.
So you can't hide these things, man, because you are a city that set on a hill. You are Israel. You will always be seen, man. They always see us. They always looking for the next step, the next dance move, the next trend from us. You will never be able to hide it. So what you need to do is correct it. And that's what the brother was doing. Like you said, hit that brother with that jab. I ain't finna hide it. If you in your tent, don't nobody else see it now, I'm finna knock you off in this tent though. Because somebody gonna see it. Go ahead now.
I'll pray. Let's go back. Daniel, chapter 2, and verse 2.
The book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 2. Then the king commanded to call the magicians and the astrologers and the sorcerers and the Chaldeans for to show the king his dream. So they came and stood before the king. And the king said unto them, I have dreamed a dream, and my spirit was troubled to know the dream. Then spake the Chaldeans to the king in Syriac, O king, live forever. Tell thy servants the dream, and we will show thee. We will show the interpretation.
Read. Yeah, good.
Verse 5. The king answered and said to the Chaldeans, this thing is gone from me. If you would not make known unto me the dream with the interpretation thereof, ye shall be cut in pieces, and your houses shall be made a dunghill.
See, remember, he had just said, just tell us the dream, we'll tell you the dream, we'll show you the interpretation. Then he said, okay, if you can't get my dream, you're going to be cut up and killing you. And then all of a sudden, let's go to jump to chapter 10, verse 10. Verse 10.
Verse 10. The Chaldees answered before the king and said, there is not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matter.
Hold on, did you just hear what he said at first? Oh, yeah, tell me a dream, you know what I'm saying? Man, we'll get it. Then all of a sudden, he said, if you can't interpret, you're going to be killed. Oh, king, can't nobody tell you that dream. Can't nobody interpret that dream, man. So let me show you what they do. What do they do? When they can't do something, guess what they put it off on? You. Me. The niggas will do it. That's like that commercial, what's that life commercial? Give it to Mike. He'll eat anything. That's how they do it, bud. Look, they looking at the boat. I don't want to taste it. I don't want to taste it. Give it to Mike. Give it to the niggas. Let them try it first. While they sit back and watch. And that's what happens. That's what they did. They was just bragging about how they was finna. They was all big dogging it. Yeah, man, just tell me, man, I got you. Yeah, but if you don't get it right, I'm a kid. Well, look, can't nobody really do that. You know, that ain't really a dream. Go ahead. Verse 10.
The Chaldeans answered before the king and said, there is not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matter. Therefore, there is no king, lord, nor ruler that asks us things, and any magician or astrologer or Chaldean.
He said, hey, look, even a king that would ask nothing like that. You just read it, you just bragging about how you finna get it. They don't even say that. Oh man, you know, king don't even ask stuff like that. They don't even ask the astrologers and stuff like that. That ain't what we do. I do magic, man. I don't even do dreams. You know what I'm saying? It'll change their whole little thing up, man. That's what I tell you about this. And I laugh because this is what y'all be, see, y'all don't be knowing what's going on with y'all behind these doors at the job, boy. This is what I laugh at because this is stuff that be going on that y'all don't be knowing about. They just come out and give y'all a message. But he said that you got, oh, that's because you was in there fighting against me. You know what I'm saying? They don't let you know what all going on. Let's go to, go ahead and keep reading.
Yeah, keep reading.
Verse 11. And it is a rare thing that the king required.
A rare thing, boy. God dang it. But you was fired up a second ago. Go ahead.
And there is none other that can show it before the king, except the gods, whose dwelling is not with flesh.
Oh, man, it's with the gods now. You was going to do it at first. I thought y'all was part of the gods, though, huh?
See, because the thing is, if y'all see how it's read, he said nobody can do it except the gods that's not in the flesh.
Uh-huh.
Y'all see that? Because their gods was what? Flesh.
Flesh.
Our God, guess what? It's the God that's in spirit.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Now, that's funny, boy. That's what I tell you. God, man, y'all gotta start. Man, put the TV down, man, and read some of these things, man. This is better than any movie, man. Y'all don't steal it. Man, you ain't gotta go to Netflix to get this. Nor Hulu. Read this. Go ahead, read.
Verse 12. For this cause the king was angry and very furious, and commanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon.
He demanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. Let's go to 25. Jump to 25. You want to go to 13? 13. He want 13. Let's go to 13.
And the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain.
Uh-huh.
And they sought Daniel and his fellows to be slain.
And that's another thing. I'm glad you went there. That's where I really wanted to go. Man, read that again.
And the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain. And they sought Daniel and his fellows to be slain.
We ain't having to do with it. We ain't even around. We in the dungeon. And now they get threatened to kill them too, man. God dang it. You don't even know what they finna come kill you for. We weren't even around. And them get them niggas. Bring them too.
Why? Because they know who the real wise.
They know. Put pressure on them. I know, they got a real God. They really do got a real God. Ain't no way in the world they can be this smart. Ain't no way in the world they can be this wise. Ain't no way in the world they can have that talent. Ain't no way in the world they know all their signs. That's y'all. That's why you're accused of a lot of things that you can think about you. Because of who you are. But see, you gotta wake up to who you are. And you gotta wake up to your talent. Because you might be put on the spot. You might have to show yourself or die. This man didn't have nothing to do with him, but he got to prove himself all of a sudden. Read.
Verse 14, or you want to go to 25 now?
No, we said 25. No, let's go to 25. I needed that one right there. I don't even know why I stopped. That's why I wanted to stop at in the first one.
Right.
But go ahead.
Verse 25. Then Arioch brought in Daniel before the king in haste and said,
He brought him in a hurry. Because he knew that all of them was finna die. If Daniel don't get down, all of a sudden, it's on Daniel's back. Their lives is on our backs now. And they think, and that's how it normally be. Read.
It said thus unto him, I have found a man of the captives of Judah that will make known unto the king the interpretation. The king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, art thou able to make known unto me the dream which I have seen and the interpretation thereof? Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king hath demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers show unto the king.
And that, man, you can't tell me this ain't like dude. He like, man, you got the wild man, soothsayer, the magician, they can't show you. They all him up in there for eating all this food. Getting it fanned over there and stuff. And they can't do this for you. So now y'all gonna come nuts. Why you got us sleeping all in the basement? Read.
Verse 28, but there is a God in heaven that revealeth secrets and make it known to the king of Nebuchadnezzar, which shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and the vision of thy head upon thy bed are these. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed, and what shall come to pass hereafter. And he that revealeth secrets, make it known to thee, what shall come to pass.
That's all I really wanted on that, but I really wanted to put in this because how they came at us, and all of a sudden, the fact of the matter is, sometimes you got to be always ready with these laws, statutes, and commandments, because you might be put on that dang on. You might be the one made. You got to prove yourself now. You got to be ready. You got to be not only doing the law, but knowing what's in this Bible. You might have some lies put on your back that you don't know. But you gotta be ready to handle your business. Give me such and such. Let me show you what this at and that at. What God said about this, what God said, but you gotta be ready to be in season and out of season at all times. Because you just never know what's gonna be put on your back. Let's go to 44.
Verse 44. And in the days of these kings, shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed.
See, this is Daniel prophesying about something. Because a part of his dream, he's giving him an interpretation of his dream. And a part of this interpretation, see, that's the thing about it sometimes. Sometimes you got to tell people the truth no matter what. You can't worry about what's going to hurt him or her. You got to tell them exactly what thus say the Most High God. Because in this interpretation, he gives an interpretation, and then it sounds good at the beginning. But then it gets to this point where he has to tell the whole thing. Read.
Which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms.
He said it shall consume all these kingdoms. Go ahead.
And it shall stand forever.
Go up to 34.
Verse 34. Thou sawest till that stone was cut out without hand, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them into pieces. See, when he was giving him his dreams, he was telling these things, he had to be telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Because when he first started out, when he had himself up at the top, I'm gold and got the silver and the iron, and it sounded good until I got to tell him the whole thing.
Who got the precept? Raise your hand. Don't blurt it out. What you got, Twin?
Isaiah 28:16.
Oh, praise. Who is that stone? Huh? Who is the stone? Make sure you put your notes right there.
Oh, that's Christ.
That's Christ.
Yes, Christ.
Christ is that stone that's gonna come and
Smoke them.
break all these kingdoms.
Yeah. I've explained that before about that cornerstone being in it. That, but like I said, you got threw me off of it. Nah, he asked me the question. I went to talking. Never mind. Let's go back. Let's go to Daniel.
Let me get a precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go to Daniel chapter 7 and verse 13. Said the same thing. And we don't see how Christians can get that. Daniel was a righteous man without blemish. This prophecy hadn't came to pass. I don't know how Christians gonna try to wiggle their way into the kingdom on this, man. I just don't see it. And shall not be left to other people. Shall not, meaning ain't no other nation ruling with the children of Israel. And these are precepts that brothers gotta have in their head when we're bringing out and trying to home in certain points. Brothers gotta home in that point, man. We literally own brothers for this thing, man. Read that out.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 13. And I saw the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven,
Killing the virgin, killing the Trinity. Read on.
and came to the Ancient of
The
Days.
Son of Man came to the Ancient of Days. They brought Christ to the Most High. Let you know that they're not the same entity. Read on.
And they brought him near before him.
And they brought him near before him. Read on.
And there was given him dominion and glory in a kingdom.
Read on.
That all people,
Read on.
nations and languages should serve him.
Should do what?
Should serve him.
You can't fit everybody into this. Read on.
His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
Meaning Christ's kingdom will never end. Christ is going to be joint heirs with the Israelites. Plain and simple.
And what precept in the New Testament does that go with? Colossians chapter 1, 15 on down. Well, you can start at verse 2 on down. Verse 12 on down. Yeah, Colossians chapter 1 and verse 12 on down.
Sound like somebody front.
crackling like this.
That's second one, Mike.
Yeah, it's these mics. That is.
It's this one. That changed around. Yeah, I had to move them around again. Cause I was making me want to. It's something that when I tested I put it on the table, it's something, I don't know, y'all got a bomb over here?
T-Tech.
But anyway, let's go to, yes, let's go to, let's go to, Daniel chapter 3. I don't need that. I'm gonna get it straightened out, baby. Daniel chapter 3, we're gonna start at verse 1.
The book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 1. Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold, whose height was 80 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then the princes, the governors, and captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up.
And then the way they wrote that, the way they name it off the such, meaning everybody. That they trying to give you a real good idea. Everybody is a lot. Everybody, the world. Go ahead.
Verse 4. What does that say?
The herald.
Then a herald cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages.
Man, you know what's funny? What you just did. You said, what is that word? Herald, right? Everybody in my age are just a little below me. See, y'all don't even know I probably don't know what a newspaper is. But that word used to be on almost every newspaper, the such and such herald, the such and such herald. That's funny. He said, what is that? It was like something. No, it was all the way on all the paper. That's why I'm laughing. Oh, okay, yours.
Yeah, that's
okay. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Then a herald cried.
Oh, yeah.
Verse 4 from the top. Then a herald cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages.
Let's jump to verse 12. We want to go 5.
Verse 5.
I can't even cut some of it.
Verse 5. That at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dope chime, and all dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
Now go to 12.
Hold up, what is that compared to today? Do any brother know? That's right. And what else? The national anthem. So remember when Colin Kaepernick didn't want to stand for that? They put him through this. They put him through the fire for those things, man.
Yeah.
Because he didn't what? He was showing that his allegiance wasn't with America. And in that national anthem, they get pissed off about those things, man. Like we said, we literally see how America literally has taken from every. That's why their name is also what? Babylon, Egypt, Assyria, because they're basically all these captivities roll up into one. They literally take bits and pieces and try to make it their own.
And
when he did that on the national scene, is the reason they came so hard and they like, man, we can't have this no more.
That's right.
They got to make him an example for everybody. Like, nah, this can't. And what was so bad about it? It was a military guy who told him.
Many of
Yeah. The whole Army Navy game
Turned on.
they all sat there and took me on the thing. I said, man, hold on. But nobody wouldn't say nothing about that.
That's right.
But him, us.
But where did they naturally get it from? Huh? You think the church? What y'all think they get that from? Do anybody know?
Get what?
They built a statue. They made a song. They started dancing to the statue, and they started giving homage to the statue.
Idolatry.
Where they get it from? They got it from Egypt. Watch this. The golden calf. Exodus 32 and 17.
Oh, yeah.
This has been going on this brother thing all week. This same precept been coming up all week long, man. Becoming Camp 101, you think so heard. Right? I'm just throwing shots out the brother. You don't make it Camp 101. It's throwing it out there, man.
Get special knowledge, man.
Right?
Let's go jump down 12.
Yo, I want
Yeah.
watch this. Because this is an example of what they talking about in Daniel chapter 3, man. I'm on that verse 5. Watch this.
The book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 17.
Right, read it.
And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war.
So
in the camp.
Moses thought this was a noise of war, right? Read.
Verse 18, and he said, it is not the voice of them that shout for
He
mastery,
said, no, this ain't the voice of no war, right? Read.
neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome,
Right, read.
but the noise of them that sing
They were singing, right? Read.
do I hear. And it came to pass as soon as he came nigh unto the camp,
Right, soon he came to the camp, read.
that he saw the calf
Right, read it.
and the dancing,
In the dancing, read.
and Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hands and brake them beneath the mountain.
So guess what? This goes into the same thing. Our people, man, guess what? They get something that they like to worship. Guess what they do? They like to sing and dance.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Now, mind you, they just built this thing. They dancing around it, but yet they just seen the whole sea open up, and they just come out of slavery. And you ain't singing and dancing for your God. In fact, you got complaints. You got complaints about your God that did this before your eyes, but the one you just built this God, you gonna let's sing it. They singing so loud, they kicking it hard. Nero, this is that party. This is that real, this is that party everybody want to get in. Because he said it sounded like war. Imagine that party. I ain't never been to a party like that. War.
Because y'all gotta think, just like I've seen, they just seen all these miracles that the Lord did. When you jump on the verse 4, this is how soon we forget. Because we to our God, when he don't do something for us every single second of the day, we got a problem with him, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's why God got a problem with us. Jump on the verse 4 out.
Exodus 32 and 4. And they received them at their hands,
It's talking about the golden earrings that was in all these people's ears, right? Read.
and fashioned it with a graven toe.
And with a tool, read.
And he had made it a molten calf.
Watch what they say, read.
And they said, these be thy gods, O Israel,
Which did what?
which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
Well, I'm talking about we be forgetting, man. That's so well, that's
Even right now, bringing it up to modern times. Brothers and sisters literally go through the scriptures and understand that the Israelites will still be wicked as hell. Still deal with things. You take counsel and then you don't take the counsel. And then want brothers and sisters to have mercy on you.
Mm-hmm.
No, man, we have to learn to start self-correcting on these things because guess what? Hey, time is running short, man.
Man,
Time is running short,
Man.
brothers and sisters.
yes,
You
yeah.
want to learn to overcome those things that you are dealing with before you don't make it, man. Go ahead, Al.
Let's go back to Daniel. Chapter 3.
Read the 8
Two,
or the 8.
on 3.
8. Not Daniel. Oh, I know you want 12. Let's start at 8.
You go to 8, you say.
The book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 8. Wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews, They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, shall bow down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worship it, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning, fiery furnace.
It's like what we was going into, man, with Capt. They had to say something. Hey, nah, this nigga here, man. Y'all know that we make everybody put their hand over their heart, sing the national anthem, right? Listen to the prayer. And this nigga didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't tell on this nigga. We gotta do something about it. That's what they doing right now. You child in and nah, shoot, we got some people, some jewelry that ain't following the order, man. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what they do. They're going to tell that boy, hold on, let me do this shit. And I remember, I didn't even know when I used to go to the game, I didn't even realize that I was doing it. I didn't really like to do the thing anyway. And I was sitting there and I didn't even know, I didn't trip on, the people be looking at me like, why you just still sitting there? I didn't even think nothing about it till it became big later on. And I realized, you know.
I used to see people crying. I was like, nah, I don't they crying, bro. Like you crying. I think there's somebody crying on the national anthem, like, what you crying about?
Well, so you going to draft? No.
Well, they send him the water.
Mm-hmm.
Says he want to cry about it.
So we can understand with Esau, but with our people, man, come on, man.
The football players, man.
But they beat them heavens out there. Straight shed too.
Oh, man.
Come out there, push their ass down, or something, man.
Like they gonna go hard in the mud, but what they got?
You finna go play a game?
That's the security of the word.
You just got to crying. Oh, y'all finna lose. Let's go.
Verse 12. There are certain Jews whom thou hast sent over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee.
See, that's one thing we different. We different, bud. You know, we some hard-headed, but we hard-headed for real. Even if people over us, we be hard-headed. We different. Hey, we ain't doing it. Nah, I don't want to do that. I don't know about that. Like, shoot, put us on the boat with some Edomites. We see fins. Don't gotta be sharks, fins. Let's go scuba dive. Who's getting off that boat? None of us.
Hey, man. We done tried that once before, man. No, we ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
We on the boat with Esau, no. We done tried that.
We don't do things like that. We different, man. No.
Get us on the boat. We done tried that already.
Mm-hmm. We get ready to go hiking. We got on our backpacks. We got on our little gear. Well, that's a sign say, beware of cougars. We're on the hike we're gonna do is turn around and hiking back to the house. We're not going.
Yeah.
It's like that's why you don't see us on the news. When's the last time you heard a nigga got ate by a shark?
Boy, that's
Transatlantic slave trade.
Last time. I told you, man, I was down at that beach in Lake Jackson. Was the funniest thing I have ever seen. They got a segregated beach. You can go right on the water. I drove down on this side, you go into the white people. They all out in the water, just all out there.
men of the field.
Just in it. Boy, as soon as you cross that black line, every Negro no more than 2. They having fun. That's all they doing. They ain't in that water. They all look. It's lined up at the beach, right at the edge. That's Negroes ain't gonna pass. Boy, the first wave, that's the they ain't going past that. But I thought that, boy, I mean, I sat there and watched that. I just said, but whether you look on this side, all in those. Now, if the shark comes, who you think gonna get bit? Not us. We different. My point, we different. Go ahead.
So like there, verse 12 from the top, there are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image, which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them,
What you say?
Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, no worship the golden image which I have set up?
Like he just was just explaining. He just gave them an interpretation of the dream, right? Why would I serve your God if my God told me what your dreams are?
Right.
That makes sense.
That makes no damn sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to serve your God. I just told you why your wise men didn't tell you. We just asked you where your sorcery, where your astrology, where your wise men, and why they can't break down the dream. You said they was gonna die if they told you the wrong answer. I gave you the right answer. You think I'm gonna serve your God or you gonna serve mine? Man?
No doubt.
Stop Lord thinking, man.
Right, and that's exactly how Esau be wanting us to do. Knowing our God brought us out a whole lot of stuff, but they still want us to go back. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's right.
It was us that helped y'all. Same way we did, we built America.
Let me get this.
But then they want me to worship his God. Well, how you think we got through the slavery?
Let's go to the book of Esther, chapter 13 and verse 4 right here. Because even like I was saying, that's what I'm just looking over there too.
Right there.
I'm looking there. I thought this was
Esther. Ezekiel. Yeah, we right here. Esther. I was gonna go to them. Now go ahead. Like I said, I want to start at 3 though.
Start at verse 3.
That's it. I'm still in that.
Read that right quick. And boy, Maccabee gonna pull all the meat off the bone. That nigga gonna pull the tendons, crack that bone open, get that little marrow up in there. Read that right quick.
The rest of Esther in the Apocrypha, chapter 13, verse 3. Now, when I asked my counselors how this might be brought to pass, Amon
is going into who, brothers? Haman. Read on out.
that excelled in wisdom among us.
Haman was a what race? Edomite. Esau. Read on.
And was approved for his constant goodwill and steadfast fidelity,
Read on.
and had the honor of the second place in the kingdom.
So he rose up into power and was second place in the kingdom of Persia during this time. Read on.
Declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people.
So this is the information that he's telling the king of Persia to bring an offense against us. Read on a bad report against us. Read on.
There was scattered a certain malicious people.
So that's what he's calling us. They're scattered abroad, a certain malicious people. Read on.
That had laws contrary to all nations.
Even like what Captain Maccabee is going into, we got laws contrary to all nations, meaning we did.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I wanted to bring that point out, because that's what we are. We always been different than everybody else. We don't do the way they do.
Right.
All of a sudden, the only reason we do the way they do now because we lost who we were. And now we just looking at it every time we go into captivity, instead of remembering who we were, we take on everything that they doing, and we way different, much better, 10 times better. I want y'all to look back about yourself. You 10 times better.
Right.
Read.
Read on.
They had laws contrary to all nations,
Uh-huh.
and continually despised the commandments of kings.
And continually despise the commandments of kings, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Saying the same thing.
Mhm.
That's an example that y'all can give for that as well.
Mhm.
When brothers want to go deep into it, read on.
So as the uniting of our kingdom,
Because that was their point. They wanted to unite their kingdom.
Mhm.
They know they couldn't do that with us not on board.
Mhm.
It's a hard time because they know Most High God always leaves a remnant of righteous people, and they know that. Guess what? Righteousness don't overcome wickedness, man. Read on up.
like honorably, yeah. So as the uniting of our kingdoms, honorably intended by us, cannot go forward.
Cannot what?
Cannot go
We
forward.
know even today to bring it up to today. We know eventually it's gonna be a campaign. It's already a blackout on Israelites.
Mhm.
You know, they trying to tell us this and that, but we know that keeping the commandments have changed brothers and sisters' lives for the better. Made them better husbands, better fathers, better protectors, better providers. We understand these things, and they don't want those things to, guess what, go forward.
Why you think, man? Why you think brothers be going in on these different pastors? Why you think brothers be going in on people like our people walking around in the docile state of mind, man? Man, it's not a coincidence when we got a nation of people that don't know who the hell they are, man. This is a troublesome thing. If people not troubled in their mind, we don't want. They're just like our brothers that's going off at one body. We don't want nobody to go into sin. We don't want nobody to be rejecting the word. We want everybody to try to make it to the kingdom. But guess what? We know it's prophesied that 2/3 of our people not gonna make it. But guess what? We fight hard for people. Stay your ass in the truth, right? Endure to the end. Stop. Guess what? Letting stuff pull you out of the spirit. Our laws is set up. We don't give a damn what they want to do. Our laws is already established, man. We already got a job we got to do, right? And everybody should be fighting, man. We should be fighting. I don't care what you're dealing with. No lust, no envy, no hatred, whatever you're dealing with. All this is nothing to the Lord. This coming, the Lord said, this coming to me.
That's right.
Right? If these things coming, guess what? We got our law. We don't give a damn about what another nation got, man. Right? That's what we supposed to be standing on. Man. Go ahead, huh?
And that's why he said, just like the rest of them, like Daniel, just like right here, they gotta be different. We gotta be different. It's all right to be different. It's okay to be different, man. And that's what we need to be. And that's what we, just like he said, hey, we can't be like the past. We can't be liars. We gotta go out and tell the truth. They be like, well, y'all don't be telling us. I know we don't tell you like that. We've been getting that for years at our churches. I mean, in the black community. Ain't got nothing out of it. So we gotta be different. And you, with the red hat on, with your ass hanging out, pull your pants up.
That's right.
And give me this.
Let's think about it. Even when we do bad, guess what? We stand out.
Mm-hmm.
We say it all the time. Shit, when we good or bad.
Whenever we doing something, trying to, like even Yahweh said what he said when he was saying that. Man, John came to you. Hey, look at him. He coming to us, he here, a wine bibber and glutton, and he eating. And he like, John came to y'all, he did nothing wrong. And y'all put him in,
Let's say, damned if we do, damned if we
So
don't.
he done pipe to him,
like,
to him. What else you want?
no doubt. Well, man, you gotta just give him, thus say the Lord. I don't care how you feel.
Like, and just being honest with you, when we indulge in greatness, we can be the greatest. But when we indulge in evil, we can be the evilest, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord know our spirit. We are, guess what, when we dwell, guess what? Just think about the LGBTQML, right? Just think about that. If we indulge in it, guess what? Our men, when they want to be playing board, they go all the way. They
Man.
act more of a woman than a woman. Our women can act more of a man than a man. Our women can wear dresses in this damn truth. They can act more of a man than a damn man. Our men in this truth can get wear fringes and have beard and act more of a woman than a woman. This guess what? This is the world we live in. It takes all kind of people to make this world up, man. It takes murderers, thieves, rapists, everything make this world that we live in, man. And I know a lot of times brothers and sisters don't get focused on it, but guess what? This is set up, man. We got to fight through a lot of stuff. That's why brothers and sisters got to stay in the damn spirit,
Man.
right? Follow God's laws, man. All these things, I say, we stand out for a reason, man. It ain't standing us out because we just want to just pick our nose and look cool with the rest of these heathens. No, we stand out because guess what? If you made a light, any light in darkness gonna stand out, man.
Mm-hmm. Any light.
It's supposed to.
I meant to tell you that was I was gonna use that earlier when he was breaking it out.
Read verse 5.
Verse 5. Seeing then we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men.
Read that part. Read that again up.
Seeing that we understand that this people alone,
Oh, what?
alone,
Oh, what?
alone
That's different, man. Read on.
is continually in opposition unto all men,
To some men,
unto all men,
little men,
all men,
all men. Read on, huh?
differing in the strange manner of their
And
laws,
they think our laws are strange.
Mm-hmm.
Read on.
and evil affected to our state.
Because we're not bowing down to no statues.
Mm-mm.
That's right.
We not, guess what, celebrating these wicked holidays that they celebrate. We're not worshiping their idols. Read on.
Working all the mischief they can.
And that's why you see it's always a campaign out on us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to use popular persuasion to, guess what, speak bad names against us. When we ain't lynched nobody, like we say, we ain't burning no manures in people's yards.
We ain't killed no damn
We ain't
body.
killed nobody. Read on now.
That our kingdom may not be firmly established.
And that's all they want, to make their kingdom established.
Exactly. And the thing about it is they want us to we do so much different stuff. We won't celebrate their Christmas because they got tricked. They want you to be tricked. Well, we was all tricked. We just got part of that mess. And they don't like that. They don't like it. How you get out? Well, you can come out too. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I like them Christmas gifts. I like that eggnog and they like that stuff. They don't want to come out.
They can say how long I should do it for the children. That right? You like them gifts too.
Mm-hmm.
You like that time of the year too. You like that.
Let that boyfriend live, don't bring them home. What?
That's right. And guess what? Like the scripture say, man, we are opposition. We are out. That's what y'all young folks call it, ops, man. That's why
Opposition. You right. You right. We
we the ops.
and we like that in real life. And then when we in this truth, we need to be just even more like that. I'm 100% against it. I wore that shirt my wife made, boy, that one in that stove with that Indian saying, F your holiday, F your Thanksgiving. Boy, when I tell you that whole stove side, I went up there, man. When I tell you that lady said, I said, ma'am. She said, I'm sorry, I was reading your shirt. She said, you really believe that? And hey, I started breaking off the history. When I started telling the history, the whole story listening. Yeah, because we in opposition, man. We different. Like, them niggas is different.
Yeah, we
I
are.
can't believe he even wore that. You should have seen the black people like, God darn right. That mug got an Indian on that something with the flag and all that with his finger up. Excuse me, I ain't need y'all to see that.
For real.
I was just trying to. Anyway. Let's go to Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 1. We're going to get into Persia now. I didn't realize Babylon was going to take that long. Yeah, and you get into it, you just keep going. Like y'all was doing what I just told myself. I'm going to leave all these out. Y'all was like reading. Yeah, because when you get into it, that's why I keep telling y'all got to do what this Daniel and man, them book boys, telling you, man, better than any movie you ever seen. I'm gonna have to give it a history model. We're gonna start remaking these movies, man.
Verse 1. Throw it any time, please. Thank you.
Right, Nehemiah what?
Nehemiah 4:1. I'm sorry. Did I not tell you the picture?
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 4, verse 1. But it came to pass when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth and took great indignation and mocked the Jews.
They mocked us, man. How you mad for what we doing? That's how they did it. That's why Black Wall Street had to be burned down. That's how niggas doing in there. Making money without us. Go.
Verse 2. And he spake before his brethren and the army of Samaria and said, what do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burnt?
He said they ain't gonna mock us because we doing what we can't build ourselves up. We can't do what we need to do. Ain't that America today? Jump to 7.
Verse 7. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up and the breaches thereof began to be stopped, then they were very wroth.
That's why they mad when we get out there and tell our women to put on dresses. When we get out there and bring our people back, we repairing up the breaches where our people are failing. So now we bring them back. And look its name. I love it when it does that. Because it don't have to be the exact names of the people that's doing it right now. But it's letting you know everybody. That's why this and them and them and them and them and them and them. To let you know all these people don't like it when we coming against, when we trying to do for ourselves. All these nations mad. Because we try to build our people back. Why us? Go ahead.
Verse 8. And conspired all of them together.
What?
And conspired all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem and to hinder.
And to what?
And to hinder.
They come to hinder us. So when we out here teaching, they coming to hinder us. They come to stop what we doing. Y'all niggas trying to get good. You mean to tell me y'all trying to put some morality back in y'all nation? Some dignity? You mean y'all finna take a bath? They saying no, stay dirty. That's what they want to say. Let's go to Ezra. Chapter 4, verse 11.
The book of Ezra, chapter 4, verse 11. This is the copy of the letter that they sent unto him, even unto Artaxerxes, the king, thy servants, on this side of the river, and at such a time.
Hold on, wait a minute, you put something.
Ezra 4:11.
Yeah, thy servants the men.
Oh yeah.
Where is it?
Okay, it just says thy servants the men on this side of the river.
Oh yeah. So thy servants, the men.
Yeah.
Okay. Thy servants, the men, on this side the river, and at such a time, be it known unto the king that the Jews which came up from thee to us are coming to Jerusalem, building the rebellious and the bad city.
That's how they look at us when we coming to build our stuff. That rebellion and bad city. Ain't nothing better than worse than goddamn America. That's what happened with Tulsa, Oklahoma, with Roswell, with everything we start to build. Everything. That bad city. Then the one pumping, but they putting the drugs in there. It wasn't bad till y'all touch it. It wasn't bad till integration came. But now we in the bad city that when we try to do for ourselves. Go ahead.
building the rebellious and the bad city, and have set up the walls thereof, and joined the foundations.
See, that's what they got mad. They set up the walls, meaning they won't even let us go in. They won't even have nothing to do with us. We don't need y'all around us right now. We don't want y'all around us. Y'all ain't never wanted us around y'all. Go ahead.
Verse 13, be it known now unto the king, that if this city be built and the walls set up again, then will they not pay toll, tribute, and custom, and so thou shalt damage the revenue of the king.
That's what they do with us right to this day, man. I always got, they ain't gonna do this. They ain't gonna, you don't let them. Don't let them, man. Don't give them no rest of, don't give them no reparation. See, crazy. You know, if they know if they gave us that money, they wouldn't have a business. Think about it. If we ain't gave us the restitution, they supposed, wouldn't be no, you wouldn't have to be going to buy no Toyota, no GM motor, because Negroes be like, shit, that would be my own car, man. You know how we go come out. Car be 50 foot long, swimming pool, bathtub, kitchenette, everything in that mud, nigga. And it's in a compact car. Y'all know what I said. 50 foot long in a compact car. We can do that. That's what we'll be done. They'll be out of business like a mother. You know, all of them be like, we want what they got. They want what you got already when we ain't got nothing. Imagine if we had money. And we making the stuff. Everything gonna have style in it. Everything. Planes ain't even gonna look the same. All this stuff, because that's who we are.
Guess what? We won't be having no hot rods.
None of that.
Because they don't nigga want to go up 10, 11, 12, 13. Boy, it'd be like, hey.
We stop at the 4th floor.
I had a job, guess what? They kept making me go to the 4th floor. Guess what I told them? I said, man, I ain't going there no more. I just flat foot told I'm not going up there no more. Y'all can send somebody else, man. Well, that's a part of your route. I ain't going. I'm telling you, I ain't going up there high no more.
But I was on that 8th floor and I could feel that building move a little bit. I said, I asked the lady, is this what y'all, this every day? I'm like, I said, you don't feel bad? Nah, shit.
Man, he might in the elevator. He up there, he pressing the button, then you go to these different floors, and he don't feel nothing. Every time I get in the elevator, I gotta stand in the corner. He said, dang, why you stand in the corner every time you get in there? I said, because this is my last time. This is why. I ain't coming back up here, man. I don't know how y'all feel. I won't pee on myself, man. I can't take nothing like this, man. Elevator shaking like this all the way up, man, like a tambourine or something in church or something. I said, no, they say this can't work. Right? Esau don't feel nothing. He just playing on his phone. It's good for him. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that one if you go to that green building, get on that elevator, that's 66 floors, but that's a ride. That ain't even the elevator. You might have to pay to get on that elevator. That is a ride.
You fight for your life in there, like fight for your life in there, man.
I'm gonna get to this purge and we're gonna finish that purge and I'm gonna do the rest of it on what's name, but I'm gonna get this purge out the way. Finish reading. It might as well. I'm almost there.
Which one are we, 13 now? Oh, no, 14?
Yeah.
Verse 14. Now, because when we have maintenance from the king's palace, and it was not met for us to see the king's dishonor, therefore have we sent and certified the king.
Drop down to verse 17.
Verse 17. Then said the king an answer unto Rahum, the chancellor, and to Shimshai, the scribe, and to the rest of their companions that dwell in Samaria, and unto the rest beyond the river, peace. And at such a time, the letter which he sent unto us have been plainly read before me, and I commanded, and search had been made, and it is found that the city of old time had made insurrection against kings, and that rebellion and sedition have been made therein.
And that's what they want to do. Look at your past too. Try to figure out But you didn't understand the reason I did that because y'all was doing this. That's how they try to use us. Same thing they use us in this justice system. That's the first thing they discredit you because of your past. Soon as you on T, soon as something happens, you be like, damn, it's a traffic stop. What I need to know what that nigga did when he was 8. They gonna run your whole thing. And if you ain't got nothing, they gonna find something. He came out his mama womb wrong. Yep, he did. He came out sideways.
Feet first.
All kind of stuff. They finna find something on you. Discredit you, bring you down. Same thing they did back then. Same thing, exact same thing. Hey, that's a bad. They're gonna build it back now. No, we just started building. They're gonna build a back city. Damn. That's what they do. They run you down immediately. Immediately. Y'all don't know some of these things. That's why he said we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, the rulers of darkness, the rulers in high places. This is what they're doing. This is what's going on in the EU and the UN meeting. I think the UN, they had a black woman there. What we were talking about earlier. She was represented. No, damn well, no interest on that thing is for us. When they were talking about not going over there bombing or they not coding the ceasefire, they had a black woman telling them that. Don't know ceasefire. You dummy. Because they ain't ceasefiring over there. They damn sure ain't ceasefiring in America. Because they still firing up on us right here. And Yates said, your dumb ass, to go out there and be the spokesman. Man, we ain't got nothing to do with America. And y'all gonna say, nigga, hey, mama, come here. And you ain't seen no nothing. She probably was taking out the trash. Come here. Go tell them this.
But we already know how that thing rolls. They gonna prep.
Yeah.
You're gonna be prepped up to go. If you say anything against whatever they say, but you got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we guess what? We like our platform and everything, but guess what? It's rules and regulations for everything.
Yeah.
Right? You got to have a code of conduct. How you having a conversation here that's going live right now, man. Right? But guess what? We need them. According to how we think we do.
Mm-hmm.
We think we need them.
I remember I used to think that. I literally used to think that. I used to always be like, what we gonna do? We didn't have nobody.
Man, I always felt like they could have left.
Yeah,
I felt like it would have been okay.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Since I was a little young man, I always felt like it would have been okay. Since I've been man since adolescence, I'm for real. I felt like they always could go. Why? I said, like I just tell my daddy, if he can do that, I know you can do it. I know you a whole lot smarter than him. He's like, what you talking about? I said, that man right there on TV. I said, he just said a whole bunch of stuff that didn't mean nothing. You could have went on and did the same thing he did. He's like, well, sit down so well. But I'm for real. Everything that they said, a lot of times, they'll tell, let me give you an example. You take a test. But they tell you, man, you need to prep for this test. It's going to be so hard. This and that. It's going to be the hardest stuff you ever did in your life. Then you start taking, right? I studied all of this to give me some questions that I done learned in the beginning of class. I studied all year long. You just gave me just this. They make tests. They make stuff so hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that hard, man. They make it to be so hard, man. It's not hard at all.
Damn trickery. That's all they try to do.
It's base.
Yeah.
They give you base, and they can't give you no hard questions for real. If you just think about it, man, stop letting them play you because that's what they do. They play on your mindset because they give you all of this and they make you look at all this. No, stop looking at all that. It's just one little thing that you got to learn.
Key things,
just the dang key points, and that's how you win.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that, man. Right? We make things hard. Go ahead.
Yeah, praises. Let's go to Judah chapter 5. Because I remember the brother talking about that. I remember when I found out in college how you write an essay, and I found out that you got to do it this way and that way with that on it. And when I found that, I promise y'all, I was writing rap songs, man, putting them in the same essay form that college people like getting straight A's. I wrote Cradle to the Grave. I had Tupac in it. I had some biggest, I had everything in the essay. That lady was like, that is one of the greatest things. I know. But I just learned a pattern. That's all I did. When I learned that that's what they were getting A's on, that's when I realized, man, college students. That's like when you find out the flaw in the game. When you find out they flaw, you win all the time.
Find a game, the game over.
Yeah, they got to make up a new game. Let's start at 1. Yeah.
The book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 1. Then was it declared to Holofernes,
Yes.
Holofernes. Then it was declared to Holofernes, the chief captain of the army of Assur, that the children of Israel have prepared for war, and have shut up the passages of the hill country, and have fortified all the tops of the high hills, and have laid impediment in the champions' country.
Yeah.
Impediments.
Campaign.
Yeah, impediments.
Champagne. Champagne. You said champion. I don't know where you got that
I
from.
said champion.
Okay.
CHA.
That's probably what it means. Who knows? But thing about that is, you see how we was in war? We were cold with it. Without God, see, they got down the art of war. We've been doing this. We went to the top of them hills. So they said the one that had the high ground. So they had to come out with that book for them to realize that we already knew this, to get to the high ground and cover up the patch, make it where if they come in, the path that they got to go, they're going to bring 2 men at a time. All we got to do is sit there and knock them off as they come.
Shoot arrows.
Yeah, hit them, fire. It's only 2 that come up the path at a time. Read.
Verse 2, wherewith he was very angry, and called all the princes of Moab and the captains of Ammon.
Now, see the same thing that happened. See, when they get mad, see, we don't even be realizing what be going on with us. When they get mad, they gonna get all the people. The Chinese, they went and got Bruce Lee, Kama Sutra. They don't want to got all of them.
Really?
We be going to get Johnny. Little Johnny at that. Yeah, Pookie. Let Ron. Come on, man.
TC real.
No.
Go ahead, man.
And the captains of Ammon, and all the governors of the sea coast.
All the governors of the sea. When they got everybody. These niggas up in the wheel. They ready for war. Y'all come on. Go ahead.
Verse 3, and he said unto them, tell me now, ye sons of Canaan, who this people is that dwelleth in the hill country.
Who the hell are these people? He don't know yet.
But guess what? They did know. I'm telling you, from the beginning. Watch this. Go to Judges. Chapter 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? Why you think, where you think Baal come from? Who gave us the idol Baal? Right? Moab and Ammon.
Mm-hmm.
They have always tried to put their little guys in front of our guys. Judges chapter 3, verse 12. I'll read it.
The book of Judges, chapter 3, verse 12. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord.
Right, read it.
And the Lord strengthened Eglon,
It strengthened Eglon, read.
the king of Moab.
Y'all see that? Because the way it came up against us, they had us in captivity then. So they now all of a sudden, now you don't know who our God is. We don't know who these people is. Who is these people? Hey, hey. Tell us what these people doing over here. Do y'all know about these people? Y'all know us. Fool, stop trying to act like y'all don't know us, because y'all do.
Yeah, hold on. But then over here, that's what he telling you. It's gonna be one of them Ammonites and the Moabites. They're gonna be like, they these people that doing this.
Right?
They the ones that look. He gonna break his job like,
Damn right.
I know who they are, but y'all, you don't know. I know. Let me tell you about these niggas.
Because y'all think about Moab. They can't enter into our congregation for how long, y'all? So guess what? At this time right here, guess what? This right here just goes back into the history. This how long that we've been what? Dealing with Moab and Ammon, man. Right? But guess what? Think about the captivity before Moab. What happened? If you read the book of Judges, they know who we are. Moab didn't have to explain that to them.
That's it. He wouldn't have got to explain to them.
Right? But look, that's why I said Moab didn't have to explain to them. They and all these nations, they know who we are.
Yeah.
Why you think you going from this is like you going from captivity to captivity to captivity? Well, y'all know who we is. Stop playing. Y'all know who, because guess what? Y'all know who he is. Why? Because y'all know who our God is.
Right.
You understand it?
But I think sometimes what it is, sometimes you hear the story, but now you face it.
That's what it is.
Now you face
You got to face it.
it. These them. Yeah, and you know, we big and all that stuff, cut up there and what's that? But remember, we scared in the song. We was up in them here scared in the mud. Man, yeah, Judy wouldn't even have to come down if it wasn't for them scary niggas. So we had a whole lot of niggas in there just lifting weight big for nothing.
For real, man.
But go ahead.
You want to go back to that, Judy?
Yeah, let's start at 2.
We'll make that Judy.
Judy, yeah.
The book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 2, wherewith he was very angry and called all the princes of Moab and the captains of Ammon and all the governors of the seacoast. And he said unto them, tell me now, ye sons of Canaan, who this people is that dwelleth in the hill country, and what are the cities that they inhabit, and what is the multitude of their army, and wherein is their power and strength, and what king is set over them, or what captain of their army.
Good.
And why have they determined not to come and meet me more than all the inhabitants of the west?
See, that's the thing about it. Why ain't they come meet me like what? We don't care about you. You ain't nothing to us. We deal with our nation only. How come they ain't came to meet me? Well, you stay outside for all we care. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Then came Achior, the captain of all the sons of Ammon. Let my Lord now hear a word from the mouth of thy servant.
Man, let me tell you something.
And I will declare unto thee the truth concerning this people,
Man, I'm going to tell you the truth about these folks. Go ahead.
which dwelleth near
He
thee.
don't just tell them the truth. They're going to run down the history on this mug right here. Go ahead.
And inhabit the hill country, and there shall no lie come out of the mouth of thy servant.
I can't lie to you. I got to tell you the deal about these folks. They unique. This is a peculiar people right here. I got to tell you everything about. I got to literally tell you because, man, these ain't the kind you ever messed with before. This ain't what you seen before. Read.
This people are descended of the Chaldeans.
People right here are descendant of the Chaldeans, meaning we came out when Abraham left his people in Babylon, Nimrod. No, he left. That's where he's going back all the way to that point. That's how far he's going back. I got to tell you about these people right here. This people. They ain't like everybody. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And they sojourned heretofore in Mesopotamia, because they would not follow the gods of their fathers, which were in the land of Chaldea.
Now, like Jerubbaal said, you don't think they was keeping reports on us? See, yeah, exactly what he's saying. Man, he going back. After they left there, they went to Mesopotamia because they want to, they want to keep their God's laws and stuff. So they got trouble and stuff. And he over there gospel like them up. But I'm telling you the truth, though. I'm gonna tell you the truth, though. Read.
For they left the way of their ancestors and worshiped the God of heaven, the God whom they knew. So they cast them out of the face of their gods, and they fled into Mesopotamia and sojourned there many days. Then their God commanded them to depart from the place where they sojourned and go into the land of Canaan, where they dwelt and were increased with gold and silver and with very much cattle.
So he's giving a rundown. Remember he asked, and where they get their power from? He giving it all up. Look, man.
Do any brother know specifically where that's coming from? What history is he talking about? Who was descended from the Chaldeans? Say it again, Officer King. Abraham. He's running down the history from Abraham. Abraham saying, you saying we, but I want specific. That let me know if you really know what you're talking about. Abraham.
I just told y'all that. I'm gonna say y'all better not get that wrong. I did say that. And they looked stunned anyway. We gonna have to start getting y'all some of them fake smiles, man, or something, man. I'm getting discouraged when somebody asks a question.
When the Most High God literally told Abraham to get up out of his land of his father to go into the land of Canaan.
Yeah.
It's that history. So they knew all the way from back then.
He's going all the way. That's what I'm saying. He's giving the details.
Right.
Not only that, man, he even heard through the grapevine. It was because they didn't worship their God.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't hear it from me, but that's what I heard. Go ahead.
Verse 10. But when a famine covered all the land of Canaan, they went down into Egypt.
Where's this time out? No. Who? Say what? Yeah, when Jacob, before they had, when Joseph and the son, but Joseph went into Egypt and there, Jacob and them came later on after during the famine. Come on now. Come on now.
Don't look right. Give me that yellow left.
All of y'all, not just him. At least he trying. Y'all over here just licking. Go ahead.
Put that in y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all. If y'all don't take notes, how y'all gonna know, man? Y'all can literally put Abraham in this point, Joseph in that point.
Go ahead.
Verse 10 from the top. But when a famine covered all the land of Canaan, they went down into Egypt and sojourned there, while they were nourished, and became there a great multitude, so that one could not number their nation. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them.
Man, these ain't nothing but scriptures, brother.
Yeah, it's running down in history.
And guess what? These damn heathens know, they know our damn history better.
Man. And they do to this day. And they do to this day.
Whole dang on point. They damn to this day. To this day.
I'm gonna tell you, man, that's another precept, brothers paying attention. That's another precept for great multitude.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The book of Revelation 7 and 9, man.
And that great multitude he's running down the history of the Israelites.
That's right.
And he's talking about that same great multitude that they talking about in Revelation. Read.
Verse 11 from the top. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt stubbornly with them and brought them low with laboring and brick and made them slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Then they cried unto their God, and he smote all the land of Egypt with incurable plagues. So the Egyptians cast them out of their sight.
Man, I'm sorry. I got to know if brothers is paying attention, man. Read verse 11 again.
Verse 11 from the top. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them.
How did the king of Egypt deal subtly with them? The brothers can't remember.
You told us to go ahead and get on it. He made this build up.
We just read that shit.
Like when
Who said? You said, Brother King, say it again.
When they took us into captivity, when we walked in there, the ones who walked in there, then they turned off and they said we would become the great multitude. And they feared us because they thought that we would go against them with the other nation.
But what was the solution to the problem? The solution to that problem was them setting up taskmasters over us, our own people over us. That's how people deal subtlety with us. Using our own people to punish us so we don't get mad at the oppressor. We mad at our own people. That's trickery right there.
Go ahead. I got to read this over like that.
Verse 13. And God dried the Red Sea before them and brought them to the Mount Sinai and Cade's barn and cast forth all that dwelt in the wilderness. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites and they destroyed and they destroyed by their strength all of them of Eshbon. And passing over Jordan, they possessed all the hill country. And they cast forth before them the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Jebusite, the Sycamite, and all the Girgasites. And they dwelt in that country many days. And whilst they sinned not before their God, they prospered. Because the God that hated iniquity.
Hold on. 16. Somebody. What was this time?
Read it again, huh?
Verse 16. And they cast forth before them the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Jebusite, the Sycamite, and all the Girgasites. And they dwelt in that country many days.
Hey, what was it? Somebody come on. What time? When did this happen? Ooh-wee.
Brothers got to get their reading up.
Where did we go and take over when we got the land? What land is this? We dwelt in it. Israel. This is the land that we had when it got.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. Read that right quick.
Come on, man.
We said, brothers got to be up on the history. You got to rebuke that sleep spirit and have not paying attention.
Yeah, no doubt.
They stay with us, man. Hey, sometimes you have to pray for those things, man. Lord, please put on my spirit to stay focused.
Despite how long the class is.
For real. Because brothers got to kind of get into that.
Brothers and sisters need y'all. We need history.
Man, and he just,
what?
Look, what's funny, he know your history better than you.
That's
This
right.
one who's telling it right now.
My boy, man, I ain't been telling this.
Running your history down, boy. You. I don't know.
But guess what? I bet you everybody in here know. I bet you everybody know this history. Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and what year, y'all? Tell me what year Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Wait a minute, man. Tell me what year.
14.
Y'all see how that? Y'all know that?
But God,
Bet you ain't know that.
Bruce Lee is breaking it down right here, boy. He going down the whole thing, man.
Read that. Deuteronomy 7 and 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 1.
Kind of read fast.
When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations, greater and mightier than thou.
Read on.
And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them, utterly destroy them.
Read on.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them.
So that's a precept that brothers could pull and running down that history. Go ahead.
That's what I thought they were gonna get him when the Girgasite.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. That's what I thought they would.
I
The
kept
name.
saying Deuteronomy, but I was going to 4. So I just didn't remember the
Yeah,
correct,
the precept. Yeah.
correct chapter.
Let's go back. Let's finish it. I love this. That Judah chapter. Look, my whole thing. Look, it's the whole thing. Is just Go ahead.
The book of Judah, chapter 5, verse
18.
But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles.
Now he's telling you what happens when it said, when they left their God, they were destroyed in many battles. Every time they wasn't doing what God said, we were destroyed in many battles. That's right. That's why we get destroyed today, because we don't battle keeping God's law, statutes, commandments. We be disobedient to our God. So guess what? We stand at the bottom until we get back up there. That's why we're doing this right here. That's why we started this school, so we can build our people back up, so we won't have to worry about getting defeated next time. Go ahead.
They were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. But now are they returned to their God.
Yeah, they turned to their God, though, now. They did all that happened, but now, see, I don't know, man.
What? Verse 18. Yeah, you already know. Brother should be in tune with that thing. What is that talking about? into a land that was not theirs, and their temple of the God was cast to the ground. What was the temple cast to the ground? What year?
70 AD.
Hold up. What is this? That's why we tell y'all gotta know it in order. Because what timeline is this? Judah was in what timeline? Say it again. Damn it. And everywhere. Remember, that's before then.
I was gonna say.
So
it can't be
586 BC.
It can't be 70 AD. Because 70 AD is way in the future.
That's right. It literally tells you in Nebuchadnezzar. Going into the Babylonian, kind of going into the Persian Medes.
Not there in the first, when the temple was not there in the first time. Let's go. Man, I thought y'all would be.
Brothers ain't read, man.
Man, I thought this, because I'm going down there, it's like, oh yeah, and it should be hitting y'all like that.
Certain brothers, we understand. Like,
Yeah,
we
I
understand
understand,
new brothers, but we talking about brothers that been here. You know, called Hosea, Ehud, look at Judah keeping his head down. Nigga, I see you. I see you. Ezra, Razatah. Shoot, Bruce, no, man.
Go ahead, man, because we only, y'all would stop right. I guess when we used to use this 5 and 20, y'all stopped. Y'all ain't read the rest of it.
For real.
Y'all just read that precept and left the rest of the book alone. And this is so great, man. Go ahead, man. That's why I said I'm reading the whole thing. Why you think I want to read the whole thing? Read.
Verse 19. But now are they returned to their God and are come up from the places where they were scattered and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill, for it was desolate. Now, therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Man, if they got something, hey, man, send some scouts up there. If them others up there worse than other guys and in number sin, we got them. We got them.
You can go up there right now.
Right now. With a 2-piece and a biscuit, that's all you need, and you'll wear the whole country out. Go ahead.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
What?
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Read.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
They ain't sinning if they keeping them laws.
let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them.
Unless God gonna start doing that what he did all the other time I just told you about. Go ahead.
And their God be for them. And we become a reproach before all the world.
We're gonna be embarrassed in front of all the world. We done got everybody named mama. And we finna fight them, and we finna get our butt kicked. We gonna be a reproach. Go ahead.
And when Achior had finished these sayings, all the people standing round about the tent murmured, and the chief men of Holofernes, and all that dwelt by the seaside, and in Moab, spake that he should kill him.
They gave him a whole history lesson. Let's kill him, man. Kill him, man. I can't believe. Boy, go ahead.
For say they.
He told him I'm telling you the truth, though, didn't he? See, boy, that's how it is. But people don't want to hear the truth. The truth to make you want to kill somebody. Go ahead.
Or say they, we will not be afraid of the face of the children of
We're
Israel.
gonna be scared of you because that story you just told me. I saw that movie. Go ahead.
For lo, it is the people that have no strength nor power for a strong battle. Now therefore, Lord, Holofernes, we will go up, and they shall be a prey to be devoured of all thine army.
Come on, get you some.
They should have took heed. Man, the brother, he gave them the whole scoop. And that's the thing about it. They giving y'all the whole scoop, man. Leave them people alone. And they still gonna stand up against you. Even though they know, man, this dude don't be playing. So all that big and bold, they ain't gonna do nothing. They still coming. They still coming. They coming at us. Because we bring the truth.
It's just like what it say, just like you tell one of your cousins, hey man, don't go down there, man. They do got them hands, man. Get what? Cousins go down there, get them hands put on, and come back up, he be knotted up. Be like, I told you don't go down there. I told you don't go down there, man.
Yeah.
Now you lumped up.
And that's exactly how they do it with us, man. That's what I wanted to run that whole thing down, because it shows us today the exact same through our history of how these people been doing about us, man. We, man, look. We are not known to be, we known to be different, man. We always been known to be different. We so different that Negro knew the whole history of us. Think you ain't been watched?
That's right. But even in there, guess what? He had pride on him, but guess what? Moab tried to give him try to tell him, but guess what? I'm telling you, the pride that was on him, he like, I don't give a damn what you say. Moab could have told him anyway. He said, man, look at him. He got a guy right here. Guess what? It still wouldn't matter. He still wanted some of it. Because why? Like I said on this last part, read verse 13.
Verse 13. And God dried the Red Sea before them.
I mean, not 13, so like 23.
Verse 23. For say they, we will not be afraid of the face of the children of Israel.
Right, read.
For lo, it is a people that have no strength.
Because they think we ain't got no strength. That's what I mean. They think we ain't got no dang on strength, man. Read.
Nor power for a strong battle.
They said we bring a strong battle to them, they cannot win, man.
And I'm gonna show you something too. We was men of stature. We were some pretty cut up big men. Probably bigger than the majority of these military beside them long, skinny Africans. We were big at the time. We was a big people. So, and look at us now. We stronger than them. We way bigger, but they still look like, man, we scared of them. Like we some real rude food. White boys get down in your face downtown with all of us around. You niggers.
In the middle of it, man. Yeah, well, because they got they lost.
Exactly. Same thing. That's how they do us now. Look at us. We. They got me in 340. Man, I ain't talking about we. That's how they look at us. Until they want to kill you. Then a 12-year-old look like a giant. I was afraid for my life from that kid. But they mind get all tossed around because of who we are. See, we confuse everybody. Look at Ray. They be like, what is he? No, I'm just kidding. No, we confuse everybody, man. And because of who we are, we're not like everybody. So sometimes they try to figure you out. That's why them white women we mess with y'all hair at the job. Don't they come up to your head and touch it? I hate when people touch on me like that. It's always them. Hey,
They do that too, man.
you got your arm and stuff all on me. I can talk to you.
That's how you do y'all women. I love y'all hair. Been I mess you, that's your hair up.
Like, they don't even understand, shoot, you can't mess with, you can't just touch no black woman's hair. And I know y'all don't want to lose your job and be like,
You gonna grab her finger and turn it like this. Yeah, I told you.
I'm outside, but the car ain't even the same color no more. Let me get that law, man.
Deuteronomy 72. Read that right quick up.
Y'all can wake up now. We start reading the Bible.
Brother and sister got to rebuke that demon, man. That thing be trying to jump on all of us, man. You have to rebuke.
Yeah, what, man? If y'all at the house, y'all should get y'all a little sleep on Saturday.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
Well, I'm guaranteeing you, majority of the captains up here that worked all night long.
I just got.
So yeah, what? And then be up all Sabbath day. All the way, probably don't get no sleep till tonight. Some of them probably ain't gonna
I won't get it till tomorrow morning.
But guess what, man? Y'all ain't the only one got to fight. Been doing this, man.
Read that right quick, Op.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 2. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
Read it again.
thou shalt make no covenant with them.
That's how we show we different. We're not making no agreements with them. Read on up.
Nor show mercy unto them.
Even in these last days, you know, the Most High God gonna put the spirit on us, because we gotta shake that spirit, because that's one of the main things when we trying to bring it out to our people. What do they say? What about the white?
You can't talk to him that way. We ain't showing no mercy.
They don't care about the Africans. They don't care about Japanese, Chinese people. They'll let you know Esau has did a hell of a job.
Boy, that Willie Lynch went line when he came up with that one, boy. When he brought that book out,
He said the same thing Judah, Moab said.
He just
You dang all right. And probably where he got it from. And on that note, we're gonna say Shalom. And make sure y'all tune it. You already turned it off.